Hello everybody, welcome back once again to another Overexplained Let's Play of Slay the Spire. We're going to be looking at the Necrobinder today, but I'm a little bit sad because I started the run and then I had recording issues, but luckily it was only a couple of fights in, so I've abandoned the run. But what that did mean is I've unlocked Defect, who is our next character, and the other thing we unlocked, we'll just have a very quick look at that. Does this show it here? This isn't the right place, is it? Timeline, I think. Where is it? So we've unlocked this. Underdogs. So this is a new alternative Act 1. It says at the bottom of the screen here. So yeah, that's quite an interesting unlock. So now our Act 1 can be just randomly selected from one of two zones. It has different enemies, different bosses, different elites, etc. So that's kind of good in a way. I think the little screw up there is actually going to mean probably get to see the Underdogs twice if we're lucky. But anyway, let's look at the Necrobinder. She's a great character. She's the general archetype, I'd say, she is a summoner. So this hand in the background here is called Osti. That's her summoning buddy. So you can use this bound phylactery. I've never even tried to pronounce that word before, but we move. You can use this relic to summon one, which will effectively heal Osti for 1 HP. If Osti's dead, it will bring him back alive with 1 HP. So yeah, kind of good. Osti can die over and over and be brought back alive with no worries. So it's quite an interesting playstyle to this character. They start with 66 HP, you can see here, which is probably, is that the lowest? I think it is. Silent's got 70. Yeah, it's the lowest of the starting HPs that we've seen to date. But let's jump straight in. Alright, before we choose one of Niao's bonuses, let's just have a look at the Necrobinder's deck. So as usual, we've got a few strikes, a few defends, and then we've got these cards here. We've got Bodyguard, summon 5, summon Osti with 5 HP. If already summoned, raise his max HP by 5 for this combat. And then we've got Unleash. Osti deals 6 damage, deals additional damage equal to Osti's current HP. So what's quite interesting about Necrobinder, I think, compared to the other characters, is they start with scalable damage that can be very good even in the end of the game. Because this summon, if we get other ways to summon as well and add to Osti's HP and keep him alive and keep him big and chunky, then Unleash can do massive damage. Yeah, very good little combination. So, let's have a look at what we've got on our relics. Lava Rock, Act 1 boss drops 2 relics. Niao's Talisman, upgrade 1 of your strikes and 1 of your defends. Or Cursed Pearl, receive greed, gain 333 gold. A bit tricky. Let's have a look at the map, see what we've got. We've got an early shop. Greed is okay. It's just the curse that you get here is eternal, so we can't ever remove that. But being able to visit a shop early with quite a good bit of money does let us buy some cards, which could be helpful. We do want to try and make sure we fight at least 2 elites through here as well. I'm just trying to see what looks like a good path to enable us to do that. This path looks okay. We'll have to come from this elite straight to a combat, but I'm hoping that's not too much trouble for us. We can find this elite and rest afterwards after going through a question mark. Here's a chest. That's not bad. Just trying to see if we come this direction, we'll be able to hit this bonfire, another question mark. We do have to take 4 hallway fights by then, and that means this will definitely be a hard one as well, but that's fine. As we've discussed previously, the first 3 hallway fights we take will be sort of easier. So they've drawn from a different selection of enemies, which are just easier to beat. But once we get past 3, the things will ramp up quite significantly, and it could be quite tricky for us. So maybe the angle is here we will take the greed. So before we even take on this guy here, which would be our 4th hallway fight, we can go to the shop. Yeah, I think I like that route. I think I like that route. What have we got the other side? Yeah, no, I think we're good. We're hitting quite a few bonfires as well. If we're lucky, we'll be able to get some upgrades. And just looking at the other options, I think like upgrading 1 strike and defend is okay, but I don't think it's going to matter much in the long run. I'd rather go to the shop and see if we can get some good treats. And the Lava Rock is all right as well, but again, it's just 2 relics. I think greed is going to let us get a bunch of power to even be able to reach the boss, right? And that's the most important thing right now. So let's take the Cursed Pearl. We'll deal with this. If we're lucky, we'll find a way to do something with that card. Let's just have a look. So, yes, we're in the Underdogs. I didn't talk about that. So we can see our boss is called Waterfall Giant. That's one we haven't seen before yet. You can tell you're in Underdogs because you get a slightly different backdrop. Look with this coral and the sort of water in the background. And who have we got here? Toadpole. This guy's going to defend himself. This guy's going to do 7 damage. We don't have much in hand, and Greed has already shown its face, a stinky curse. But that's fine. Let's... He's got 24 health and he's got 22. So I can't remember off the top of my head what the cycle is for these guys. I've got a feeling it's something like they do an attack, then they buff, and then they've got another third attack, which is like a attack times 3 type thing. So it's usually quite a good idea to try and burst one down. This guy's got enough health that if we hit him with 2 attacks this turn, we can do 12 damage now. If we're lucky and we get 2 strikes next turn, or Osti, we can finish him off next turn, so he won't attack us. Or we can try and take out the bad guy. So it's a bit swings and roundabouts which way around we do it. I think they might also give themselves an effect, but let's just, we'll play dumb. Let's take this first guy out with the hope that we can finish him off next turn. We're not quite full blocking here, but what's interesting about Osti, our friend, he absorbs any unblocked attack damage. So this guy's going to hit for 7, we've blocked for 5, Osti's got 1 HP, so we should only take 1 HP damage this return. The Underdogs is a little bit harder than Overgrowth, which is the other Act 1, I'd say. Okay, this is interesting. So look, if we look close now, we can see this Toadpole here, he's got Thorns, so when he's hit by an attack, he will deal 2 damage back. We need to hit him twice, so he's going to hurt us for 4. This guy's not doing anything, actually, so that's not too bad. We can play a defend and strike this guy twice. I went a bit quick there, but you can see our 5 defense has been chipped down by that guy's Thorns. But lovely. All right, he looks like he's going to be doing the same thing to himself now, giving himself Thorns, I'm guessing. And going for an attack. Nice. We're not in a good spot to finish him. He's going to do 9, 3 times 3 to us. So I think what we'll do, let's full block. So he's going to hit for 9. If I hit him, he's going to damage us for 2. But Osti's also got some health here. So I think Osti survives. So let's just hit this guy just to take advantage of Osti's 2 extra HP there. Because remember, this Unleash uses Osti's HP to buff the damage. And yeah, look, Osti survived with 1 HP there, so that's fine. He's going to hit us for 7 this time. We haven't quite got enough for lethal. We can do 12. So I think what we'll do is we'll just block, put some more HP onto Osti, because look, he's got 8 now, which is good. We'll hit him like that. Osti's going to lose a couple of HP here, but that's fine. And this is generally how I'd recommend you play with Necrobinder, at least at the beginning, is use Osti. Try and keep Osti nice and healthy. Try and keep him alive. Use your own blocks to save his health, because he can deal much better damage than you can. Especially once we get, hopefully, some of his other options for damage. Okie doke. Let's just hit him till he dies, I guess. Very nice. Okay, first card choice. What have we got? Defy. Ethereal. Gain 6 block, apply 1 week. Very handy card. What's the upgrade? We get 9 block instead, so that's not too shabby at all. Weak is an extremely useful sort of effect in this game. It means the enemies deal 25% less damage. Very good all the way up to the end of the game, you know, because when you've got someone hitting you for 100 at the end, it will remove 25 from that. So it's very good. Scales well till the end of the game. Melancholy, quite an interesting card. Gain 13 block. Reduce this card's cost by 1 energy whenever anyone dies. So what that means is if Osti dies, it counts towards it. If we're in a multi-enemy combat and an enemy dies, that counts towards it as well. So it's 13 block. So if you're in a situation, especially in longer fights where Osti ends up getting killed a few times, this ends up being a 0 cost 13 block card, which is pretty good. And then we've got Sleight of Flesh. Whenever you apply a debuff to an enemy, they take 9 damage. That's pretty cool as well. There's lots of debuffs. Hopefully we'll see some of Necrobinder's unique ones soon, so we can talk about those. But even weak counts. So Out of these three, though, I think Defy is what I'm going to choose. I think that just helps most for the fights we're coming to soonest. I think Melancholy's too slow for what we need right now. Sleight of Flesh, we're not applying that many debuffs yet. Once we've got a few more things in our deck, maybe this would be a good pick, but I think it's Defy for now. Onwards. Okay. I've always found this to be quite a strange event. So I can gain 2 max HP but lose 3 damage. Take 3 damage. That means we've only lost 1 HP. We're going to do it again. There we go. Our max HP is 70 now. We'll just we'll leave it at that for now. Now, I feel like there's probably an optimal way to do that. I'm not sure what happens if you just spam it loads either. I've never experimented to find out. But yeah, let's move. Okay, who have we got here? Corpse Slug. He's got an effect called Ravenous. When an enemy dies, Corpse Slug immediately eats it, becoming stunned and gaining 4 strength. So usually a good idea to wear these guys down at the same time. And we've got Defiant Hand, so we can use that straight away. So this should, if we use this on this guy, it should reduce his attack to 6, which means we'll full block, which is very nice. And this one's applying a debuff to us. We don't have enough to kill this guy just yet. But I think we'll go for him because he's got the least health, and I'm going to just try and burst him down. Nearly got enough to kill him in the next turn. If we draw Osti's attack, we might be able to finish him. Oh, we didn't get another attack. That's unlucky. Okay, no worries. Let's just block for now and hit this guy one more time. The other guy's debuffing us as well. Looks like he puts Frail on us. I didn't even pay attention to that, which has reduced our defense cards from giving us 5 block to 3 block, but luckily that is just enough to full block this attack, so all good. And now is this guy going to do the 3x2? Oh, and now he's doing the 8, so they're both attacking this turn. So the thing that's tricky with these guys, obviously, is got here that they're going to gain 4 strength. So if I kill this one will gain 4 strength, which means when he comes out of being stunned, he'll resume this attack, and it will be a 7 times 2, which is pretty hard to deal with. So the case always becomes like, is it what's more efficient? Shall I just kill this guy to get a free go now? Or are we going to draw next turn? If we're lucky, we'll get Unleash and Strike. Just not a bad amount of damage. And we can increase Osti's health here as well, which will make it do even more damage. So what will it be? That'll get 5 added on, so that'll be 14 plus 12, 26. Oh, the maths be mathing. So that seems pretty good to me. So let's kill this guy. See, he's been stunned now. It's got his 4 strength straight away. We play this just to boost Osti a little bit and play this. Now we just got to hope we hit Osti's attack and a strike and a couple of strikes. Oh, that was lucky. Right at the end, he came through for us. Very nice. Looks like my maths was slightly off as well because it was more and more damage than I thought. I think that's because of Osti's attack got stronger than I expected. Anyway, some money, vulnerable potion, very handy for once we reach the first elite. A couple more cards to look at. So we got Friendship, lose 2 strength, gain energy at the start of each turn. That's pretty good, pretty useful. So Retain, deal 8 damage to all enemies. Also very useful. It'd be good for us to have something like this to deal with the sort of multi-enemy fights that we'll start having soon. Pull aggro, summon 4, gain 7 block. So also good. So it's giving Osti 4 health and it's giving us 7 block. So preserving that growth we're putting on him. I think for me right now, I do like Friendship. But I kind of feel like I would like my deck to be a little bit more about Osti damage first. Because we're going to end up having to hit at the moment. So Friendship can wait. Hopefully we'll get the option of that again soon. So yeah, let's go. I think it's so for now. I want to make sure if we fight the elites. So we haven't seen the elites in this act before on this channel, but like they're similar in sort of structure to the ones on the other map. So there is like a multi-enemy one, and I just want to make sure that we've got something that lets us do damage to those guys. So it is. Also nice because it's Retain, which means it just sits in our hand once we've drawn it. Very useful. We can use it as soon as it's ready, and it doesn't suck up other draws from that point onwards. Very nice. Let's go. Okay, who have we got here? Sludge Spinner. So he's going to attack for 8 and debuff us. So that's not sounding very fun. I think the best we can do, though, is throw out a summon, get Osty a bit chunkier. Osty's going to lose a bit of health here, but I think that's fine. To start with, what debuff is this guy going to do? Is he going to make us weak? That's what I've got a feeling he's going to do. We'll see. I'll hit him with So just because it's the strongest thing I had in my hands. What's he done? Yes, he has weakened us. Okay, he's hitting for 6 and buffing himself. So let's assume he's going to be giving himself strength the next turn. So we can do that. I'm now full blocking, so let's just hit him. Okay, do we have enough damage in hand to kill? I think we do. We can hit him like that for 11, that for a bit more, and that for a bit more. Lovely. 15 gold, add a card to our deck. Okay, some more options. Fear, Ethereal, deals 7 damage, apply 1 vulnerable. Quite handy to have a source of vulnerable in our deck, absolutely. So, going to be considering that. We've got Deathbringer, apply 21 doom and 1 weak to all enemies. So doom is a new thing that we haven't seen so far in this series, but it's essentially like poison on the silent, except that it takes effect at the end of the enemy's turn. So you just have to play around that a little bit differently. It's quite interesting. So essentially it builds up on top of their health bar, and at the end of their turn, if they have less health than they do doom, they die. So yeah, quite an interesting effect. This is also quite good for multi-enemy combats. So could definitely worth considering. It will help clear the sort of multi-enemy stuff really quite efficiently. This one, Capture Spirit, is also really good. Enemy loses 3 HP, add 3 souls to your draw pile, and the soul is one of these cards up here. Just lets us draw 2 cards for 0 energy and exhausts. So these are all really good picks. I think for now I want to take Deathbringer though. Just helps us sit back, take out multi-enemy fights. But I don't think we need anything else now for multi-enemy fights. I think we're going to be pretty good. Alright, the shop. What have you got for us, sir? Okay, we'll start at the top. Pull from below. Deal 5 damage for each ethereal card played this combat. That does sound pretty good, and it can be very, very effective. At the moment, though, we've only got 1 ethereal card, which is this. So a little bit slow for now, I think. We're not really ready to take something like that. Sick'em. Osty deals 5 damage. Whenever Osty hits an enemy this turn, summon 2. So that's kind of interesting. I've never managed to get this one to work that well, personally. I've tried it, but it seems not that great. Like, the summon 2 isn't that much. If this was like summon 5, probably be too strong, but I think that needs a tweak in some way. Wisp. Gain 1 energy, exhaust. An okay card. Better with an upgrade, but again, it's just 1 energy, and it's a bit of a strange one. I'm not feeling like we need that right now. We've got Delay. Gain 11 block, next turn gain 1 energy. So that's, again, okay, but not my favourite. Haunt, whenever you play a soul, a random enemy loses 6 HP. We talked about those souls just a minute ago, so that's a power. We haven't really got anything that creates souls yet, and there's not even an option here to do that, so I don't think I'm interested in that either. Shockwave, very good card. We've used that on previous playthroughs. Apply 3 weak and vulnerable to all enemies. The upgrade is sweet. 5 weak instead, so very good card. Do enjoy that one a lot. Gold Axe is also really good. Deal damage equal to the number of cards played this combat. Especially in longer fights, especially if upgraded, it just sits in your hand waiting, just ticking up and ticking up and ticking up, and you can just use it when it's the best time. It's very good. What have we got on Relics? Meal ticket. Whenever you enter a shop room, heal 15. That's pretty good. Vajra even. Start each combat with 1 strength. Pretty cool. Although it's a bit hard to take on Necrobinder just because I feel like I want to try and use Otzi more than anything. And Osty's attacks don't benefit from our strength, but they also don't get affected by our debuffs either. So it's another good thing about Osti. You can work around enemies that make you weak and stuff like that. Royal Stamp. Upon pickup, choose an attack or skill in your deck to enchant with royally approved, which means this card will become innate and it's retained, which is kind of good, actually. That's interesting. We've got some potions. We can have a power potion, which will give us 1 of 3 random potions that will be free to use this turn. Same for the skills. Got an explosive ampoule. That could be quite handy, again, because I'm worried about these multi-enemy fights that are coming up. I'm just thinking if I was going to remove a card, what would I remove? Probably just one of the strikes, I think. So I'm thinking at the moment I want to get Shockwave, maybe that potion, remove a card, and then I'll just think about what else we might want to do. So what we got, 265. Is there another shop on our route that we could detour to? It doesn't look like. That's okay. The other question I've got to ask myself is, like, do we feel ready to fight an elite? And I don't know, I think we are, kind of. We've got some good defense in the form of Shockwave, Defy. We've got AoE that we can use for the multi-enemy combats. Which hopefully the plan is sit on our block, build up Osti, and let him hit things. I think that's going to work quite well. I'm tempted by the Gold Axe. How many upgrades are we going to get, do we think, here? 1 before the first elite. And I think for me, that's going to be an upgrade to Shockwave. Then I'll probably upgrade Bodyguard because you get an extra bit of summon on it, which is quite useful. So yeah, I don't want to take too many cards that I feel like need an upgrade. But Gold Axe is quite good. It's too early for Gold Axe though, I think. We haven't got enough card draw. Very early days. I'm wondering whether picking the meal ticket is just like a nice safety pick. Yeah, do it. I'll take a power potion as well. Awesome. Okay. We do have to think about Waterfall Giant, but he's just, how should we say this? He's just a boss that we want to make sure we can block a decent amount for by the time we reach it. I mean, we're okay at the moment, and we do have ways to make weak as well, which will help. But let's move. Okay, Living Fog. So he's got a move called Malicious that's coming. This enemy intends to apply afflictions on your cards. That does not sound very good at all. Okay, what should we do here? I think let's Defy. And do I play Shockwave now while I've got the energy? We're full blocking, or do I want to try and get Osti big? Let's buff Osti, I think. Always a good idea. Okay, so he's hit us with an effect called Smoggy. We can only play 1 skill every turn. That's a bit sneaky, isn't it? So I can play 1 block card. And then look, yeah, this is locked now because of Smoggy's effect. So, that's not too bad though. We can still do a decent amount of damage on this turn to him. Pretty good. He is, we're going to full block, but he is also intending to summon monsters. So that's going to be interesting. Let's see what happens. Okay. Death Blow. This creature is trying to take you down with it. It will attack you for 8 damage before being destroyed. Interesting. We can only play 1 skill per turn still, so we've got to try and keep that in mind. This is fine. I think we can hit with So to do them both some damage. Strike this guy again, and we'll just defend. We can only play 1 defend anyway. Looks like Osti's going to protect us there. We'll take a few points of damage there for us. Thank you, sir. So we can only play 1 skill a turn still. I'm tempted to play Deathbringer, but I don't think it's worth it. We'll just play 1 defend again. Hit with Osti. Land a strike. Move on. This is going alright. Oh, golly. This is going okay. I think we're controlling this alright. But yeah, this is going okay. This is going okay. So, now what do we do though? I think we haven't drawn our So again, which is a bit of a shame. Haven't got enough damage in hand to take this guy out. We can only play 1 skill this turn, which means we're going to be taking 16 damage otherwise. I wonder if it's actually... Well, let's think about it. 16 damage. Osti's got 7. If we play Defy, and I weaken like this guy... Yeah, that's okay, actually. We can do that. So now we're blocking for, what we got, 13? And we're taking 14 damage, so we're losing 1 health. I think that's not too bad. Sorry, Osti, mate. There we go, he died, I think. Is that the first time he's died? And he comes back to life, look, straight away with 1 HP. Easy mode. Have we got enough to kill here? 8 plus 7, 15, 21? Not quite. So close. I'm going to keep the sow for next turn this time, though. Just so we can kill his little minion with it. Perfect. We did manage to land on a strike as well, so we can finish the fight. Lovely. Okay, what have we got this time? Putrefy. Apply 2 weak, apply 2 vulnerable, exhaust. Very cool card. Yeah, very nice. Not too bad that it exhausts as well, just because the effect is useful. Like, it'll just be running for a few turns. You don't really want to cycle your whole deck to get it back anyway. Although I am a bit worried it's very similar to Shockwave. It's just that it's 1 energy instead of 2, you know? And I don't think I mind having 2 of those in my deck. 2 cards very similar anyway. And we got Enfeebling Touch. Ethereal. Enemy loses 8 strength this turn. Can be very good, especially a bit later in the game when the enemy start doing a lot of ×2, ×4 attacks. Just the strength, losing 8 strength means that those often end up being 0 ×3, which is just great. Now we got Invoke. Next turn, summon 2 and gain 2 energy. Just kind of nice, lets you plan ahead to do a good turn sort of thing. And as long as we're in good shape and able to block and play Invoke, that could work out quite nicely. Especially if Osti is big and chunky and able to suck up some damage for us. It's a tricky one. I think we've already got some weak and vulnerable for now. I'm tempted to just go for Invoke right now. I think hopefully lets us do some bigger turns. I'm already feeling the pain of the 3 energy. It would be good if we could find more ways to get a little bit more value out of each turn. Oh, hello. Unexpected chest. Intimidating helmet. Whenever you play a card that costs 2 energy or more, gain 4 block. That's pretty cool. Might make it more worth taking 2 energy cards. We don't need to rest. So let's smith. We'll have a look at all the upgrades. Remember, we can click this box down at the bottom left to do that. Invoke's upgrade is pretty good. 3 energy and summon 3. Not to be sniffed at all. So, being upgraded to 11 damage is also pretty good. Oh, I suddenly feel very conflicted about what to upgrade. So, are we going into the Elite next? Yeah, we're going to thing and then into there. So maybe the best call is Deathbringer, actually. I think that gives us the most security against the elites. Does cost 2 energy. We will get 4 block for using that as well, though. So that's almost like playing this card and a block card in the same turn. So that's kind of good. Or it's so, I think. It's one of these two. Now, I think it's this. Hopefully, if we get some the multi-enemy elite, we should be in a good spot to sort him out. Oh, what have we got here? Rainbow Ring. The first time you play an attack, skill, and power each turn, gain 1 strength and 1 dexterity. Very handy. I haven't got any powers yet, but that's cool. Another thing that might... Oh god, did I not take it? Oops. But yeah, another thing that might make us to think about wanting to take powers. We'll see. Okay, Terror Eel. This enemy intends to attack for 16. He's got a thing called Shriek. The first time Terror Eel's HP reaches 70 or below, it becomes stunned. Okay, we can deal with that. Do I pop a power potion? This guy can be quite tough, and I'm worried we're not going to get strong very quickly, but let's see what powers we get. Okay, Necro Mastery. Summon 5 whenever Osti loses HP. All enemies lose that much HP as well. Kind of good. But I think maybe better in like a multi-enemy fight. Definitely. Sentry mode is pretty cool. At the start of your turn, add a sweeping gaze into your hand. That does cost 0, does 10 damage to a random enemy, but we've only got one enemy, so that's going to work out quite nicely. And Haunt, which we've already seen. So I think I'll take Sentry mode. It's free as well, which is great. Let's weaken him a little bit. Don't quite have enough for a full block, so Osti's going to die here, but we salute you, sir. Doing good work, keeping us healthy. Right. I'm the kind of person that thinks when you got Shockwave in hand, you just got to play Shockwave. We do have a vulnerable potion as well. And I do also think, is it worth... What have we got next hand? Let's see. We've got no defense, which is kind of worrying. So that definitely makes me want to play this, just to make sure his attack is as weak as possible next turn. He is going to buff himself, which I'm assuming means he's going to get strength or something. So let's Shockwave. Let's block. We're blocking for 10, and with the Shockwave applied, he's only hitting for 6, so that's not actually that bad. And that Sentry did amazing damage thanks to the vulnerable, so that's not too bad a result. Okay. So here we go. What has he got? Vigor. Terror Eel's next attack deals 6 additional damage. We saw that before on the Regent, I think. So Vigor is just like a strength buff, but just for a single attack. So this strength here affects all of my attacks for the rest of this fight. This one here with the little fire symbol, that's just his next attack is getting 6 additional damage. So I guess this would be 10 damage normally, but because he's got that, it's higher. Alright, so we got no block here. We established that last turn. So what's the play? He's vulnerable. We probably buff Osti's HP a bit. That will suck up some of that damage. I think... Do I Death Bring? Don't think it's worth Death Bringing. I think we'll Invoke. I think we'll Strike. I think we'll Sweep and Gaze. If we can get him to 70 HP, he will be stunned. So that'll be quite good. Okay, he's only hitting for 2 times 3 at the moment. So that's good. Can we do it here? Invoke's done its magic, so we've got 5 energy for this turn, which is fab. And I think if we do this, buff Osti up to 8, that means he's going to do 14. If we hit him with it, it's 21. So we can. I think we can easily get him past 70 HP this time. So let's hit him with that. Let's hit him with that. I think we've got enough energy to play Invoke again, which seems really good to me. So let's hit him with all of our attacks. He's very nearly dead. We don't have that much attacks, that much in hand. Oh, sorry, on deck for next turn, but I'm not sure we'll be able to finish him. But it's close, it's close. I think his vulnerable's going to run out as well. Yeah. Okay, he's debuffing this turn. That gives us a bit of breathing room. We can apply 26 Doom to him, which will mean he will die at the end of his turn if his health is less than 26 or less. And I can hit him with this, which puts him on 25. And then I can do this to him. And just like when we played Silent, you can see his HP numbers have gone purple, and that means that the Doom will take him at the end of this turn. So there we go, job done. Oh, and I love that effect when you get them with Doom and they goes all black and white looking. Great. Swift Potion to replace the potion we used, not bad at all. Giria, we can now gain strength at rest sites. Quite an interesting one for some characters, but unfortunately not that useful for the Necrobinder. But that's alright, we move. Add a card to our deck. What have we got here? Drain Power. Deal 10 damage, upgrade 2 random cards in your discard pile. It's kind of useful, especially if you're struggling to find a way to upgrade the cards at rest sites. Dirge is also pretty good. Summon 3 X times, so that's the number of energy we spend on it. We'll summon 3 that many times. It'll also add that amount of souls into our draw pile, which is pretty cool. Helps us churn through our deck. This can be quite useful because we've got Invoke here as well, so there'll be some turns where we've got 5. If we're lucky, we can do Dirge 5 times, which will be add 15 HP to Osti, which is pretty good. And then we've got Pass. Ethereal, draw 3 cards for 1 energy. Little bit expensive, I think. I think you need some sort of better energy engine before I would think about taking this. I think we're going to take Dirge, just so we've got a nice option of buffing Osti on a dead turn sometimes. Feels like a good pick to me. Right, onwards. Okay, cool. Shall we take the Sword of Stone or shall we get some money and lose some HP? I'm going to take the Sword of Stone. Transforms into a powerful relic after defeating 5 elites. So let's make sure we try and crack through those elites. Okay. I think we're okay on HP. We're going straight into another elite combat. Hopefully we're not going to get hurt too much. We got a bunch of potions. We got some good cards. And I'm about to upgrade something. So I'm just trying to think what the other elite is. So the other elite is quite an interesting one, but it's a single opponent fight. And I think we've got everything we need for him. So I'm going to go for So again. Or do we go for Shockwave? Can't decide. Let's do Shockwave. 5 turns of weak and vulnerable. It's very good. Hopefully that will last, you know, almost any normal fight we get into. Ah, yes, this elite is indeed the multi-enemy battle. So we got these guys called Phantasmal Gardeners. So they're quite interesting. They've got a thing called Skittish, which means the first time we hit them, they gain 6 block. So it makes it quite hard to just instantly finish them. But I think we're in a good spot here. We'll save our potions for now. I think our explosive ampoule could really help. Maybe a good first point is to just play Shockwave so that they're all weakened for 5 turns. Hopefully that's going to give us enough time to finish them all off. But let's look at their HP as well. So the front one's got 29. This one's got 31, 26 and 27. And you can see here actually, I think this is like the cycle that they do. They've got a 1x3 attack, a 5 attack, a 7 attack, and then a power up. And of course, once they've powered up, this will become a 2x3, or is it even maybe a 3x3? I can't remember how much strength they gain. And then this pattern just cycles down and around, right? So I think on the next turn, this guy will be doing 1.3. Or maybe they just randomize it, I'm not sure. But generally, the pattern's quite straightforward. We do want to try and take them out before they get too strong, though. That's the main thing. It's our main concern here, I think. If we look at our draw pile, what have we got? Deathbringer will do 26 Doom, which is really good. It's enough to kill that guy straight away. And in fact, if we were really sneaky here, like if we draw into it, I can throw Explosive Ampoule at them, hit them with Deathbringer, and as long as I can survive the rest of that turn, they'll all die. Which would be pretty cool. Pretty swish looking. So I won't use a Swift Potion to do it though. Let's stick to the original plan. We'll Shockwave them. Which is great. It's turned this first guy's attack into a 0x3 because all the numbers round down. We've talked about that before. So 75% of 1 is actually 0 in this game, so that's cool. What should we do otherwise? I think it's probably a bodyguard. We'll just summon 5 to try and suck up some of this damage a bit more. Because effectively we've got, what have we got? We've got 4 block from playing a 2 energy card thanks to the Intimidating Helmet, so that was very useful. 6 from Osti, which is 10. He's in for 0, 3 plus 5 is 8. So cool, Osti's going to lose a bit of health here, but I think that's fine otherwise. Okay. Next turn has arrived. So we're getting hit for 10 this time. I'm just looking at this and I'm thinking, do you know what? It's probably just a good idea. I don't even need to use the potion. Or do we use the potion just to save a bit of HP? I think it's probably worth using the potion. So the option we've got, so this Deathbringer will kill anybody who's got 26 HP or less. They're all very close to 26 HP. I could use So to do 8 damage to all of them. And then Deathbringer. The only bad part is, though, these guys will still get to take their turn before Doom kills them. So I'll get hit for 10 still. Osti will suck up 3 of that. We'll have 4 block from Intimidating Helmet. But we'll still take a few points of damage there. So what I think I'm going to do is use this potion because this fight is the reason I took this potion in from the shop anyway. So we'll hit them like that. Hit them with the Doom. You can see all of them have gone purple health bars, which is great news. And I'll just throw up my defend card so we can just not take any damage. Oh, that's the most satisfying version of that fight I've ever done. Very happy. Come on, lads, hurry up. Oh dear. What happened? Poor guys. So we got some gold. We got a flex potion. A captain's wheel at the start of your third turn, gain 18 block. Extremely good little relic that one is. Love it. Okay. So we've got pull aggro, summon 4, gain 7 block. We've seen him already. Negative pulse, gain 5 block, apply 7 doom to all enemies. The upgrade is 6 block and 11 doom. He's kind of nice. Goes nicely with our other Deathbringer card. Now we've got End of Days, apply 29 doom to all enemies. Kill enemies with at least as much doom as HP. So this is a way to essentially like skip waiting for the enemy's turn to go. But I think it's very expensive. It's not my favourite. I've never taken it. Okay, so I'll be real with you. But I don't see the appeal of it, to be honest. I think it's fine for me to just block most of the time. But yeah, cool. I think out of these, let's have a look at our cards a minute. How much have we got? So we've got 5 attack cards. We've got 5 block cards. And then about 5 sort of other skills. So that's quite interesting, sort of balance-wise. I'm tempted to just take negative pulse just to have an extra block that does a bit of doom. Because it could be useful again in some of the multi-enemy combats that we're going to get into. So we'll take that. It's not a bad card at all. Right, who have we got here? Gremlin Merc. What's he do? Surprise, something is off about this creature. Interesting. Thievery, steals 20 gold while attacking. So he's going to hit us for 7 times 2, which is quite a big hit, to be fair. So let's just block and block for now. Not going to quite full block, unfortunately. I'm going to just strike him for now. Let's just see what happens next turn. There we go. He's stolen some of our money. Curses. What do we do now? So, he's hitting for 6 times 2 on his next turn. We don't have much in the way of block in our hand again, which is kind of sad. But I think we just deal with it for now. We have to heal before. I'd like to keep the potions for the boss, just to make sure we've got what we need when we get there. Such a shame we've got no good defensive options here. We can make him weak with this, and that will give us 4 block as well. So that's not a bad option, actually. That'll add a bit more doom to him. Okay, let's just do that. I think that's a decent option for now. At least we can full block this turn and get ready for a better attack next turn. Okay, he's attacking for 8. That's doable. We've got 18 block from our captain's wheel already, so we don't need to worry about attacking him. Defending ourselves. So let's attack, and play Invoke. So hopefully we can have a nice big turn next turn. Right, here we go. Come on, come on. That was a bit unfortunate. Let's see, what can we do? Right, let's shockwave him. Okay, he's going to hit for 6 for 12, but now I'm hoping, does this... Not quite enough damage? Alright, let's strike. Oh, and then the... That was enough. Okay, fine. Let's... I misread those numbers somehow then, but that's fine. Let's just make sure that we full block here. Or as close to it as we can get. Osty's got a nice chunk of health again, so let's just summon. Oh, I was wondering whether that would actually happen, so spoilers, I knew that these guys were going to split into these 2 enemies. But I wasn't sure whether the Doom would just stop that from happening, because it kind of feels like it should. But anyway, so they've split into 2 enemies now. This guy here has got our gold. This guy here has just got a lot less health, actually. But I want to... It's worth killing the back guy first here, because otherwise he runs off with our gold next turn. So we just want to make sure we sort that out as quick as we can. That should help us do that. Oh, look at that. I forgot we could apply Doom using that card. There we go, they're both dead. Lovely. See, the Doom is quite useful, I think. There's a lot of enemies that spend a turn buffing or debuffing or getting stunned like that, and it can just be really, really useful. So we got Reap, Retain, deal 27 damage. Quite nice. Sometimes it can be very handy, especially in the early act, but I think it's kind of too late now for me to get that. I would have considered taking it right at the beginning of the act, but I don't really want to now. Although it is kind of good for chunking this guy down. It's just 3 energy for 27 damage. So that's the same as 3 upgraded strikes. It's not too bad at all, don't get me wrong. But I feel like we can try and concentrate on growing Osti and using him instead. Poke is kind of good. It's a 0-cost Osti damage card. So it won't get affected by us being debuffed. So that can be quite useful as well. Grave Warden, also nice. Gain 8 block, add a soul into your draw pile. I think we're a little bit... Well, do you know what? I might go a little bit further into block here. Was tempted to take Poke, especially because there are some cards with Osti that become cheaper or free to play if Osti's already attacked this turn sort of thing. So Poke can be really good for that. But we don't have anything like that yet. And I'm constant for this boss. I want us to sort of sit back a little bit, although it's a kind of time-pressured boss, as we'll see very soon. But yeah, sit back, try and use Bodyguard to make Osti a bit bigger. So yeah, having some extra block is going to help that, I think. Alright, I'm going to risk it. We're on nearly full HP, so let's have a look at what we've got here. What do I want to upgrade? What's going to help us the most against this boss? It's probably keeping our own defenses up, but also making Osti big. I think that will also help us, because Osti sucks. Not only can Osti do damage with this HP, he can save us from taking damage. So maybe it is... maybe it's this. That gives us 2 extra... Is it 2? Yeah, it goes from 5 to 7. And then this goes from 3 to 4. And it gives us soul pluses, which actually draw 1 more card than just a soul. Let's do Dirge. We'll try and use it. Okie doke. The Waterfall Giant. He's going to buff himself by the looks of things, so that's fine. Let's... The only thing is, there is a time pressure on this, as there are in many of the sort of boss fights in this game. So, I'm just looking at what we've got here to see. This is a good turn to maybe... It would be nice to draw into Invoke. And then hope that we get a turn even after that where we can play Dirge. Although if we draw straight into Dirge, that's not going to be that good. That's fine. I don't think we'll do any extra draws. What we'll do, let's throw the Vulnerable Potion at him. We'll Bodyguard, make Osti a bit bigger. We'll hit him with Osti, and we'll hit him ourselves. Okay, he did a thing called Steam Eruption. When killed, deals 15 damage at the end of your next turn. Okay, so that's a little bit like the fog thing we saw earlier on. Those guys were trying to take us down as they died. So he's going to do a very similar thing to that. And this turn now he's attacking us, he's going to debuff us, and he's empowering himself. So, no idea exactly what's coming just yet. But I think we've got to... So let's throw out both of these slightly better block cards. Hopefully the Doom might even help us win, we don't know at this point. That's fine, we're still managing to full block, not too bad. Okay, he's done Steam Eruption again. It's gone up 3 to 18 now. Let's just keep an eye on that. Hitting us for 10 and he's empowering himself again. So it looks like he's going to be putting that Steam Eruption up 3 every turn by the looks of it. We've got 18 block, which is a pretty good time to play Dirge. Unfortunately, we didn't sort of get it in the right way around that we could have invoked first. But I don't think that's an issue. Let's just use this chance now to get Osti nice and big. There we go. He's up to 20 HP. We've got these souls, which are going to help us churn through our draw pile as well, so that's great. Well, it's a little bit of a shame we've got so few cards left. But we move. It's fine. Let's see. So we get a soul. We'll get another soul. What do we get? Okay, Osti's real big right now, so that's good. I think we probably have to do a shockwave here and maybe unleash. I think that's probably the best call. And Osti's getting close to doing like 40-something damage with this, I think. So let's get Shockwave out. Let's unleash. Yeah, 40 damage. Lovely. He's up to 21 So maybe actually this is going up quicker. What was it last time? No, it was 18. So it looks like it is going up 3 every turn. Let's end turn there. Okay, 15 damage coming in. We've got a Grave Warden to help us block that. We do need to try and keep up the attack though. That's the only thing that's quite hard on this, because now he's up to 24 damage. If he gets up to about 50, we're in trouble. Because at the moment, you know, we've got 60, 70 health between us two to suck up any damage he does when he dies. So I'm not feeling too anxious about it. Let's just defend and make sure we're safe. And then we'll go for an invoke. What have we got coming next turn? Only block cards, but we've got a soul coming, so that could help. We've got So in hand as well, so hopefully that can help. We've also got a Swift Potion if we really desperately want to pull through some damage. Oh, we got Unleash though. Perfect. So let's see, what's the plan here? We could draw extra cards. I don't think it's worth doing. We could do Defy to block. In fact, we can play all the cards in our hand. Might as well just leave the soul out. I think that's probably a good idea. So we'll bodyguard, make Osti even bigger. 51 damage. Beautiful work, Osti. We can sow for 12 extra damage. Let's defy and block. And there we go, full blocking one more time. This is going okay. They must have made this guy a bit easier. I swear it used to go up a lot quicker than this. But that's fine. I'm enjoying that for the purpose of this Overexplained Let's Play. It's perfect. So what's he doing now? Attacking for 11. We don't have any block right now. Sorry, any block. We don't have much attack in our hand right now. We're all blocks. Well, that's okay. Let's negative pulse. Maybe we'll just do this. Throw up 2 blocks and 1 strike. Hopefully we'll redraw around to our Osti Unleash card again soon. Got a Soul Plus. Let's see if we get it. Unlucky. We're only being hit for 7 this turn though, which is not too bad. So I think let's use a Grave Warden to full block, strike him, and we'll invoke. Hopefully getting a nice turn next turn. Okay, he's up to 36 now. It's getting quite big. But this is quite nice. Look, we've got... Unfortunately, we've run out of Vulnerable, which is a little bit of a shame. Because Osti's damage would have been huge here if we'd had any more Vulnerable. But this isn't too bad. We've got an okay hand next turn as well. Just from a point of view of being able to defend ourselves. Because his weak is about to run out as well. So let's throw up a bodyguard. We'll hit him with that again. 1 more of those and we'll have had him, I think. So we just need to try and cycle our deck 1 more time. Osti's got nearly more HP than us at this point. He's doing very well. Okay, we've got a couple of souls in hand. If we're lucky, we might draw back through on Unleash. Which might let us just finish him off. So let's see if we can do that. Oh, there it is. So it's going to do 44. Just going to leave him on what? What will that leave him on? 13. Don't quite have enough to finish him, but I think we could add a little bit more. Oh, in fact, he'll have more Doom than health already if we do that. So let's go like that. Yeah, perfect. So... the only thing I'm anxious about now is like, does this weak that I'm going to apply with Deathbringer carry over to next turn? It's an experiment. Let's find out. So we've got 2 weeks, so hopefully this weakness will affect even his death move. Let's say Osti could take that damage for us. No, it's gone. Curses. And he's not actually he's not doing the attack this turn. That's caught me out before that I thought it would be. It's a shame because we've got some nice block cards in hand. But we've got 1 block, Defy, and we can summon 5. Osti's got nearly enough health. We've got enough health to tank it with no defense anyway. And we do full heal after the boss fight anyway. So, alright, let's Grave Warden just to put another... Oh, the soul goes into your... Oh no, it doesn't. It goes that way. Just so we got another soul waiting. In case we need it for an extra block card. So there you go, you can see he's going to do a 42 attack for his death blow. Let's play this soul. Do we get another defend? Oh, sweet. We can defy. And that has weakened him to 31. Perfect. Osti's still going to survive it as well. Beauty. Excellent. Act 1 down. So let's see what we've got. What have the RNG gods got in store for us today? Okay. Oh, not the best choices. Not gonna lie. So we've got Reaper form. Whenever attacks deal damage, apply that much doom. I'm assuming this works even for Osti's attacks. So it can be quite a nice way of accelerating someone's death. End of days we already saw a minute ago. Apply 29 doom to all enemies. Kill the enemies that have at least this much doom as HP. So you don't have to wait for the end of their next turn for that one. And then we've got times up. Deal damage equal to the enemy's doom exhaust. So that's kind of the same as this in sort of function, but it only works on a single enemy. It's 2 energy as well. I've never taken this card either because it just doesn't seem that good. Let's try and think about what have we fought in Act 2 before. So Act 2, there's not an alternative Act 2 yet. I'm hoping they eventually put one in the game. But for the sort of multiple enemy battles we've got, we do have the centipedes. There's those annoying little fly things that you can only hit for 9 HP max. But I think we're kind of covered with what we've got already in terms of having... we've got Deathbringer, we've got Negative Pulse, that stacks up the Doom quite nicely in those sorts of encounters. We've also got Sow, which will do good damage to those as well. So maybe we'll try Reaper form. The only thing I'm feeling is it's quite expensive. It's going to be quite hard to feel like we can play this. So is that just going to feel like a sort of dead card in my deck ultimately? But no, I think it's a bit boring if we don't take a bit of risk. So we'll take Reaper form and see how it goes. So Act 2 Hive, we've got the Knowledge Demon at the end. Quite a tricky boss. That means we need to be able to block quite a lot. We've got an interesting route here with 2 separate paths. Not much opportunity to cross between them. We want to try and fight as many elites as possible to try and get this Sword of Stone transformed. Although if I remember right, that gives us a strength buff, which may not be that useful since we're hoping to rely on Osti for our big damage. But even still, we can do 3 elites if we go this left-hand side. There's only 1 on this side. There's 2 shops over that side. Gonna have to go through a shop this side if I want to fight this elite. Decisions. So maybe we take the path this way, go here. Trying to fight this elite here could be quite ballsy. And it might be difficult. But if it goes wrong, at least we've got an option of abandoning the plan, and we can choose to either take another elite. If it goes well, we can go this way to a campfire and another campfire. Hopefully recover a bit and at least take this second one. So that's what we'll say our plan is for now. Let's have a look what Pyle has got in store for us. Okay, gain additional energy at the start of your 3rd turn and then every turn after that. Sacrifice card rewards to Pyle. Every 2 sacrifices get a relic, or at the start of your turn draw 1 additional card. We did take Pyle's Wing before and it didn't actually end up being that good. It's a tricky one. It's a tricky one. The extra energy is quite useful, especially given the fact that we've got Reaper form. It might help us get that off. But drawing 1 additional card every turn is pretty good as well, because that means it's only going to take us 3 hands to cycle our deck at the moment. So I'm thinking it might... I'm really not sure. Let's look at the map and just think about what we're about to do. We're going to do 3 hallways, 2 question marks, and an elite. So maybe... And then we're going to a shop, which could help a lot as well in terms of getting some extra stuff again. So maybe... I think for now, I think it's Pyle's Blood. More cards is always good. Let's go. Okay. These guys are quite interesting. The bowl bugs. So this rock guy here has a status called Imbalanced. So if we manage to fully block his attack, he will become stunned and miss his next turn, which is quite handy. This bowl bug, the Nectar version, is quite tricky though, because he buffs his strength quite quickly. So my preferred option in this sort of fight is to actually concentrate on full blocking this guy, and we burst this guy down at the back. We do have Deathbringer in hand for the first turn, which is quite nice. It's not going to be quite enough to let us full block, though. I think I'd rather spend the Defy on this guy. So let's do that to weaken him. Now he's only going to hit for 11. We've got another 5 block we can put on, which will mean we'll full block his attack, but not this guy's attack. But that's okay. I think I can live with that. I'm just trying to think like whether... Because the other option is I could play this Deathbringer. We would get full block for playing a 2 energy card, but then that's only 10 and he won't be stunned next turn. So I think, yeah, I'd rather full block this and then we'll just hit this guy at the back. We'll concentrate on wearing this guy down. Once it's just the guy at the front, it's not too bad. But I think he gets an absurd amount of strength, like 15 once he buffs himself, this guy. So there you go. You can see he's buffing himself right now. Don't have much in the way of attack in hand, which is kind of annoying. But it is what it is. Let's think about what our options are. We could Dirge to make Osti a bit bigger. What do we get in next hand? A whole bunch of block. Maybe a Shockwave and an Invoke. But that's good. The turn after next is probably going to be quite good. So, let's see. We can probably afford then, I think, to maybe throw out Reaper Form here and see how it works out for us. Let's just, let's see how this goes. We can find out whether it works on Osti's attacks. Okay, this is looking pretty tricky. We do have 18 block thanks to our Captain's Wheel, so that's enough to at least block this guy, and he will attack first, so he's going to be stunned again next turn, which is great news. I think otherwise, though, it's going to be hard for us to block this guy's attack in full. But I suppose we could just play 3 defends, and that will actually do it. So maybe that is the play. I'm just worried that this guy's going to be stronger. He's going to get even stronger soon if we're not careful. But it's fine. Let's full block for now. Just to stun this guy here, and then we can concentrate on hopefully getting a good turn next turn. Okay. Again, not the best result. But let's think. We could Deathbringer, which will put this guy very close to death. 18 is quite a large chunk to block. Don't have any way to make him weak. We could Shockwave and play this. It's still not enough to finish him off. Decisions. I kind of feel like I want to play Deathbringer. Let's just do that. He's very close to dying now. We just need to be able to tank this 13 damage, which we don't quite have enough to do. But I could do this. If we negative pulse, he's definitely going to die now. We've got 30, you know, we've got, how much have we got here? 12 defense with our defense here and Osti's health. So we're only going to lose one HP here, so that's not too bad. And there we go, he's dead now. Now we've just got this guy at the front to deal with, so that's not too bad at all. Let's throw a defend up and weaken him. Now we're full blocking. Let's make Osti a bit bigger, ready for next turn. Hopefully we've got Unleash ready to go. And he's dazed again, which is great news. We could just do Deathbringer again. Actually, there we go. He's going to die from the Doom at the end of the turn. No need to do anything else. Lovely. So Deathbringer is definitely pulling some weight today. I'm enjoying it a lot. So what we've got, Drain Power again, which we've seen before. So that upgrades cards in our discard pile. We've got Grave Warden, which we've already got one of. I'm thinking about taking Snap though. Osti deals 7 damage, add Retain to a card in your hand, which is extremely useful. It means we could probably put something, we can retain Shockwave for when we want to use it. We can retain Reaper Form for when we get a chance, or Invoke, or Deathbringer, even Dirge. So it's quite versatile. Will let us keep a lot of cards in our hand. Takes a long time to retain a lot of cards, obviously, but it is quite handy in the moment sometimes. So I think I'm going to take Snap. Okay, these guys, exoskeletons they're called. They have a property called hard to kill, which means we can only hit them for a maximum of 9 damage with a single attack. So they are kind of annoying, these guys, not going to lie. I think it's a good call to play Shockwave here, though. We'll just weaken them all. This front guy's going to do nothing now. That guy's only going to do 6. Leaving us probably... I think I'm just going to defend, just to make sure, just to preserve our health as much as possible. Hopefully we're going to get Deathbringer in hand this turn. Not this turn, unfortunately. That's not too bad, though. Not too bad. We can invoke. We can Grave Warden. And I might just Sow. Sow should hit, even though it's only 8 damage because they're vulnerable, it will get upgraded to 9. Normally it would be higher than that. It would be 50% extra, which would be, what, 12? But the game is good enough to show us the calculation. We can only hit these guys for a maximum of 9, which is good. So I think then let's Grave Warden to block as much as possible. Let's invoke to make sure we get a good chunk of energy for next turn, and hopefully we can do some good damage. And let's hit them all with Sow. This has now put them all into the range of dying from, what's it called, Deathbringer on the next turn. Come on, Deathbringer. Come on, the Deathbringer. So we only lost a couple of HP there. There's Deathbringer, perfect. We've got 5 energy as well, which is great. We've got 18 block as well, which is fab. I think we win just from playing this. Don't even need to do anything else. They're not hitting me for enough damage to even worry about it. Let's just do that. Lovely. Deathbringer doing some really good work today. Enjoying that a lot. Okay. Delay. We've seen that already. Gain 11 block next turn gain energy. Dirge, we've already got one in our deck. But I think I'm going to be taking Flatten here. We haven't had a chance to use many Osty attacks for a while since Deathbringer's doing so much heavy lifting. But this is... Osty deals 12 damage. The card costs 0 if Osty is already attacked. So this is a great card to put a Retain on with Snap. But also, you know, so at the moment we've only got a couple of Osty attacks. But if we see Poke again now, I'll be taking that. Helps us play this card more often. But Unleash will do it. Snap will do it. So it ends up giving us just like a nice free bit of damage sometimes. So I'm going to take it slightly speculatively. Hopefully we'll get something else that will help us trigger it. These guys are a little bit annoying. Chompers. They've got 2 artifacts, which means the first 2 debuffs we put on them will get nullified, but then after that we'll be fine. They are quite tricky to deal with. So this might be a fight where we just forget about the idea of using, what was it called again? Deathbringer. Although using something like Deathbringer will not get rid of their, what's this thing called again? Artifact straight away. So let's think, we're getting 16 damage coming in. I'm tempted to use Heart of Iron here just to help us keep some of our health, because I feel like this is a bad draw on the first turn. I can use Defy, but the weak won't do anything. So we can block with that, But yeah, it doesn't feel like much block. That's only going to be 11 block. He's going to hit us for 16. Heart of Iron will just give us an extra 7 block, which will be very useful. Plus then it would let me do something like play Invoke for the next turn, and hopefully we can get a nice effective turn next go. So let's do that. Let's just get rid of your artifact one time. Throw a defend up. Let's Invoke. Fingers crossed for a good next turn. If we get a turn where they both attack, we'll be in trouble. I can't remember whether that happens or whether they just alternate. So they did give us some status cards just then. They've given us 3 of these Dazed, and that gets really out of hand quite quickly. So we need to try and make sure here that we can deal some damage to these guys. I'm not feeling very confident. This is not the greatest draw. So we're getting hit for 16 again. We've already got 6 block coming from our plating, so we just need 10 extra block. Osty's got a bit of health as well, so maybe we can just play Grave Warden. And actually, maybe we'll play Negative Pulse as well. I can do Flatten and pay 2 for it. So maybe that is the play. Let's Negative Pulse. He's no longer got any artifact, which is quite nice, because negative pulse does do doom to all enemies, so that's kind of handy. Got enough to full block already, so that's good. Let's just start doing some damage to them then. We'll try and take out this front guy first. Some more days. Not a problem yet until we reshuffle our deck, which is coming very soon though. Next hand we'll be doing that. So luckily our captain's wheel has saved our butt here, so that's pretty good. I think the play for me is going to be Shockwave. We'll get weak on this guy, but we'll get vulnerable on both of them, which is very handy. So let's throw that out and let's make Osti even bigger again. I won't use the soul here. Want to keep, these are good cards for next turn. Look, we can do Snap. We can retain Dirge or Deathbringer even, so we've got some good options. Yeah, let's just keep that in hand for now. Osti should do a good bit of damage here. Okay. Oh, starting to get the days come through. Not very cool. We're going to get hit for 16. Osti can do 17 damage. It'll do 25 to this front guy. Once we've only got one of these guys left, it's not too bad. So maybe the play for now is Unleash Deathbringer. He's going to do, what would he do then? 12 damage instead of 16, I think. Osti takes most of it and dies, which is unfortunate, but we won't get a chance to play Unleash it again until we've cycled our deck. So maybe that's okay. Or do I want to Snap and then maybe defend just to suck up some of the damage? I think Deathbringer works out slightly better. Just overall, because it'll mean this guy dies at the end of this turn, I think. So if we hit him like that, throw this out. Yeah, he's going to die after this turn, so that's fine. Osti's going to not quite die, actually. He'll still have a tiny bit of HP left, so that's good. Oh no, I forgot about the plating. So Osti's going to have an alright amount of HP left. Perfect. Alright, just one to deal with is a lot more straightforward, so I don't know why I've just done that. That was a waste of time, really. Oh no, it's because I do it without thinking. That card is ethereal. That's why I know I always have to play Defy if it's in my hand. It was just subconscious thinking. But if we don't play this, it would evaporate, so we didn't want to make sure we keep hold of that. He's very close now. He's only got 11 more HP than Doom, so if we can hit him decent on the next turn, should be okay. Oh, these days are getting quite annoying. He's going to hit for 16. Let's just play the cards we can. Not too bad. We're losing a couple of HP here. Oh no, actually we're not. Osti will die, but we didn't lose any health. Perfect. He's going to give us some more status cards. I was going to say, as long as we hit an attack, we should be good. But we did not hit an attack. But we do have some extra Doom that we can apply to him, which does the job. Lovely. Oh, there we go. Very successful, I think. Excellent. Excellent news. Okay, Shackling Potion. All enemies lose 7 strength this turn. That can be extremely useful, especially with some of the elites we might encounter in this act even. So fingers crossed that can be put to good use. An Invoke Plus, kind of good, but I think we only need the one of those for now. Defy, we've already got, but it's quite a useful card, especially for just maintaining Weak. Weak is very useful to keep on opponents at all time if possible. And then we've got Spur, which is a retain, that lets us summon 3, and it also lets us heal Osti 5 HP. So if Osti's damaged, it's almost like summoning 8, which can be quite good. A tricky choice, really. I think Spur could be quite fun to try. Like, we are ended up in situations where Osti's a little bit damaged, and this just lets us regain some of that sweet, sweet damage he gets with his Unleashed move, so fingers crossed. A room full of cheese. This is not my favourite room, because we're going to lose 14 HP right before an elite, which is not ideal, but that does leave us on 50, which is probably okay. Otherwise we gorge, which means we have to have 2 of 8 random cards it will show to us. Could be alright though at the same time. Depends what we get offered, but you can't skip. Let's... And then, sorry, the trade-off is the Chosen Cheese gets us 1 max HP every fight. Which is almost just like a heal 1 HP after every fight, really. So do we... I'm not sure, not sure. The common cards could be alright. Necrobinder does have some good commons. We might see Fear, which could be quite useful. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. What have we got? Well, it could always just be a Defy and a Grave Warden. More defense is always cool. Defile isn't bad. Quite a high damage card, especially upgraded. 17 damage for 1 energy is pretty good. Alright, I think... Let's take Defile, just for a little bit of extra damage. And I think I'll take Defy, just for a little bit of weak and some block. They're both also ethereal cards, which means if we do see, what was it called, Pull From Below, which scales and does multiple hits depending on how many ethereal cards you've used in a combat, that could be quite good now. Oh, this guy's a tough one. This guy is a tough one. We've got an interesting dud first turn here. We could lose one of our Defies and play Reperform, which could be useful. So this Spiny Toad, he takes turns of buffing himself like this and doing nothing. Then he gets Thorns, but he gets quite a lot of Thorns. I think it's like 5 or 7 even, that's quite high. So why don't we try playing Reperform? Let's see if that helps us beat him. Okay, 23 damage incoming is not to be sniffed at. I'm a little bit annoyed that we encountered a combat here because I was hoping we'd get another question mark room. It seems quite unlucky. But it's definitely not Dirge. I think we probably need to just try and defend. We could throw Doombringer up. That's probably a good call. It'll weaken him and defend for us. And we can just play a regular defend on top of that. I think that's probably our best option right now. What have we got coming up? Yeah, at least we got a good mix of attack and defense, so we can just sort of work with whatever we've got quite confidently. So let's put this on him. And let's just defend for now. Taking a chunk of damage here, but there's not much we can really do about it. Oof. Now he attacks us without his Thorns, so now's a good time for us to get some hits in. Shame he's not vulnerable. We also need to think about defense here. We've got 18 defense, sorry. Thank God, Captain's Wheel. You've come through for us. We've got Flatten in hand. We've got Unleash in hand. So we don't need to worry about defense. We just need to attack here. So why don't we Spur to make Osti a little bit bigger. We'll hit with this. We'll hit with Flatten. And we'll hit with Defile. Not bad at all. And you can see that Doom is really stacked up. He's nearly died from it. So if we're lucky, next turn he's going to buff himself again. We might be able to finish him off, and Doom will take him. Let's think about this. So he's got 61. We need to hit him for 20. I think we've just got enough damage to do that. Fantastic. I hit him with this, hit him with it. Oh, that was already enough. There we go. Of course, because he's getting more Doom every time we hit him. So I only needed to hit him for 10. And down he goes. Very nice. We didn't lose that much health at all there in the end. I was a little bit worried at the start, but we're doing pretty good. Fetch is pretty interesting. Osti deals set 3 damage. If this is the first time you've played this card, draw 1 card. First time you've played it this turn, draw 1 card. So this guy's kind of good. It can trigger our... what's it called? Flatten quite nicely. Yeah, so that's pretty good. I'm liking the sound of this. Get a free card draw, do a little damage with Osti, might help us play something else. Wisp, we've already seen. I'm still not that interested in that. I feel like we're doing okay energy-wise. Grave Blast, deal 4 damage, put a card from your discard pile into your hand, exhaust. That could be really good. But I'm not really feeling like I'm not sure what I'd want to play with that right now. I don't feel like it lets me do... I haven't got that much that requires like setup, I don't think. we're kind of just dealing with stuff as we get dealt it. So I'm going to take fetch. Hopefully this is going to work out okay. Come on then, who have we got as our first elite? It's the worms. Alright, decimillipedes. Let's go. We fought these guys before. They are pretty tough. This is a tricky first turn as well. So I'm thinking we're going to probably have to potion here. At least once. We've got quite a lot of draw still. So I don't think it's worth using the draw potion here. Because what I'd like to do is just save the cards that are in there to use Invoke on. So let's... I think a good idea would be to play this Shackling Potion. That should mean they basically all do no damage. 1 damage coming in, that's fine. And then that lets us... means we're able to just... Well, I wonder if I can defy this guy. Will he now do 0? Yes, he will. Lovely. Let's throw out this Defile at one of these guys. And then I'll invoke for the next turn. Hopefully, we can... get something big and chunky out. Like, hopefully we're going to get Deathbringer. Come on, Deathbringer. Okay, we did draw Deathbringer. Very nice. So maybe this is a turn where we just suck up some damage and just live with it. We'll have Sow in. Oh, well, actually, we've got 5 energy. So we can do quite a lot here. We don't have quite enough to play Reaper Form and Deathbringer, but I don't think we need to play Reaper Form here. Let's think. This is going to apply 26 Doom to all of them. This guy's going to do 6 extra damage. But I am weakened, and I'm going to keep getting weakened because one of them every turn will weaken us, while another one will always buff their strength. So we need to be able to deal with this. So maybe then, let's Deathbringer. They're all very close to dying now, which is great. I think maybe putting... we could do an extra bit of weak on someone. I feel like we want to wear them all down sort of equally. Or do we just suck up the damage here? What are we taking? 20. That's quite a lot of damage. I definitely want to block. Let's strike the guy at the back. And let's just sow now. Okay, they're all pretty close. What have we got hopefully coming up next time? It's going to be tricky, but if we can just lay out a bit of damage, we can maybe take 1 or 2 of them out. Osti's going to die here. We're going to lose about 6 health, so that's fine. I can live with that. Not bad for an elite fight. Should always expect to get hurt a little bit. It's just kind of how the game works. Okay. Not the best draw. What have we still got here? I might have to use our Swift Potion just to see if we can get anything more useful. Okay, we've got Fetch. I can use that on the guy in the middle. Oh, is it turn 3? Yes, so we've got our 18 defense as well, which is fantastic news. So we can use Fetch to kill this guy in the middle. I'm going to do that because it's free. Unleash does 7. This guy's got 26. He needs to lose 10. This guy needs to lose 8. Oh, so close. So close to being able to do it. What do we do? We could weaken the middle guy. Oh no, wait. What am I thinking? We've got negative pulse in hand, not defy. So let's throw that out right now. Okay, this guy's just 1 hit away from dying now. So let's hit him. I think the other one is as well. But what do we want to retain? Doesn't really matter, mate, because I think it's over. So let's just use Unleash on this guy. We're going to take some damage here, but I think it's worth it. We're going to end the fight right now. We've got 23 block, which is quite good. Ah, not bad at all. Took 3 damage. Excellent. I think we lost about 9 health altogether there. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Colourless Potion. Great. Bag of Preparation. Start of each combat, draw 2 additional cards. Extremely useful. Slice of Flesh. Whenever you apply a debuff to an enemy, they take 9 damage. I'm very tempted by that now, since we are doing debuffs quite a lot. Severance Plus. This is kind of a nice card as well. Deal 18 damage for 2 energy. We get 3 souls, 1 into our draw pile, 1 into our hand, and 1 into our discard pile. That's kind of good as well. And then Bury is quite nice as well. You do need the energy to be able to play this one, which I feel like we're not quite there. 52 damage, though, is insanely good. Upgraded 63, wow. This is a tough call. I think it's Sleight of Flesh. We haven't got any powers at the moment. We do have this ring, and we're never getting to use the benefit of that because we don't have a power. And I think this just adds even more AoE. Like, it's so effective. You know, once we've played this power, using things like this, Negative Pulse, won't only just give us block and apply Doom, but it will do 9 damage to all enemies. So, it gets really, really good. Using this will damage all enemies. Shockwave. Applying Weak with Defy will damage them. So it does just increase our passive output quite nicely. If you upgrade, it's 13. So he's looking real good. Let's take him. Let's go to the shop, see what we've got. Oh, we get a free heal. I forgot. We got meal ticket. Very useful. It saves us having to rest at the next bonfire for sure. So what have we got here? The Scythe, deal 13 damage, permanently increase this card's damage by 3 exhaust. So he's kind of good if you get him on the sort of first act, definitely. But I don't think that's what I'm after right now. Death March, 8 damage, deals 3 additional damage for each card drawing your turn. Very cool when you've got like a really good soul build going on and you're drawing through loads and loads of cards every turn. But I feel like we're kind of not there. So, don't know, he's not really appealing to me that much. Another Dirge. Seance is quite nice. Ethereal, transform a card in your draw pile into soul. That could be very useful. I'm tempted by that. Let's get rid of Greed. We can get rid of our basic strikes to get better, quicker access to the rest of our cards. You can get rid of our basic defense. I don't think we need them that much. So yeah, that's kind of good. Then we got Haunt again. Whenever you play a soul, a random enemy loses 6 HP. Fisticuffs is one of my favourite colourless cards. Deal 7 damage, gain block equal to damage dealt. Don't really feel like we need that. Although it adds much, but maybe. We've got quite a lot of money. Bolas, we've seen on a previous playthrough. Deal 3 damage at the start of your next turn, return this to your hand. Cost 0. It's kind of good, but the damage is like wild low. Like, I don't really get why you'd want that, why it's rare and why you take. Maybe there's something I'm missing with that one. Please let me know in the comments if you've got a better use case for it, but it doesn't really appeal to me. Strawberry, increase max HP by 7. Not bad. Bag of Marbles, start of each combat, apply 1 vulnerable to all enemies. I'm probably going to buy that. It's very handy. Another max HP buff and heal all of your HP. It's kind of nice. We got a Plating Potion. We got a Vulnerable Potion and an Energy Potion. They're quite good. Tempted to pick those 3 up and bin off these ones we've got. But maybe it'd just be a case of taking just the vulnerable and maybe the energy, and we'll get rid of the flex. The colourless potion could be quite useful. Okay, so that's 100 on that. We could do another remove, so that's 200. That leaves us with 255. If we buy this, that's about 150. That leaves us with 100. So we don't have enough for this other stuff, then we can't get... I'd like to get Bag of Marbles, but it's probably the lowest of the priorities here for me. Although it does help on turn 1 against hallway fights quite a lot. Decisions. Alright, I definitely want Seance, so let's buy that. We can go without removing a card, really. So let's get that. And that should leave us just enough for these 2 potions. So let's get rid of Flex Potion. We'll take those 2. Perfect. Oh, I like a good shop visit. Feels like we got a lot of value out of that. What we got here? Eternal Feather. For every 5 cards in your deck, heal an extra 3 HP when you rest. Oh no, when you enter a rest site. Sorry. Very nice. So that's another free heal. That'll do 15 health for us based on what we've got at the moment. So that's pretty good. Is that right? 5? No. Yeah, 5 times 3 is 15. So that's not bad at all. It's the same sort of health we get from going into a shop. Which could be enough to heal us exactly from the damage we're about to take from these 2 fights. So let's go and see what we got. Okay, so he's hitting us for 22. This is the Infested Prism. He's also got an interesting characteristic, which is Vital Spark. So every time we hit him each turn, we'll get energy back. So it's a good way to sort of reclaim some energy. Like if I hit him with Defile, we just refund to 3 straight after using it, which is quite handy. But what are we going to do here? 22 is quite a lot. What have we got? We've got Defy in hand, so we can weaken him, which will bring it down to about 18, I guess. No, it should be more than that, maybe 15. Definitely want to do that. Enjoying our large first hand is very good. Shockwave could be good as well, which is a little low on energy. Do we play the energy potion here just to get a sort of better first turn? Would let us play 3 additional cards. We will get some block from playing this as well. Okay, let's do that. So we'll Shockwave him. He's now going to hit us for 16. We've got 4 block already. We can Defile him, get an energy back. Nice. We could snap. What would we keep in hand if we snapped? Maybe Invoke? Or do we play Invoke now so we get a nice and better next turn? And then maybe we keep Reaper Form in hand. Could be quite useful. Saves us drawing it again. Let's try that. So then we'll Defy. Not quite enough to full block here. We could use Spur to just sort of lessen the damage, but I don't think that's worth it because Otzi's definitely going to die. So we'll keep it for another time. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. He is vulnerable for 5 turns now, which is going to work in our favour. We've got 5 energy again now, which is great. I think Seance I need to upgrade, so we'll need to just try and do that at the next campfire. Let's have a look. Does it upgrade to 0 cost? Yeah, Seance is a much better card when it costs 0. Because right now it's like paying 1 energy to just exhaust or transform one of these cards into a soul, which is not bad in itself, but I think we've got better priorities right now. So let's see. We could... The only damage we've really got is Unleash. We could play Reaper Form, start building up Doom on him. Maybe that is the call. We just need to try and defend for 12. I think we can do that. If we play Reaper Form now, let's Negative Pulse him and Defy. It's enough for us to full block. Oh, Seance is Ethereal, I forgot about that. And at least that's gone from our deck now anyway. Okay, Fetch seems like a no-brainer. We'll draw another card. Sleight of Flesh is good. Probably going to play that. We've got enough to full block thanks to our Captain's Wheel again coming in clutch. So we don't have to spend any energy on blocking. So Sleight of Flesh seems like a real good idea. What have we got next turn? Deathbringer could be good. We'll get a Sleight of Flesh proc on that. Got Flatten. Unfortunately, no way to attack with Osti next turn. But that's cool. Let's buff Osti a little bit more. I think that'll do. The thing is as well now, when we even just attack, because we've got Reaper Form, it's going to increase the damage of our attacks. Sleight of Flesh will do a 9 extra damage for every attack because every attack will apply Doom. So that's kind of useful. And we've lucked out here that we've got a dead turn, which is quite nice. I feel like Deathbringer is a little bit of a waste here. So maybe we just attack best we can. Well, let's find out if Osti's attacks apply Doom. How much of Doom has he got? 34. Yep, it just went up to 52. Fantastic. Great. Okay, he's just buffed his strength. He's hitting us for 19, which is quite a lot. Let's think. He's not far off dying from Doom. Still don't think Deathbringer is the play here, though. We'll probably... What should we do? We need to try and defend a little bit. We can snap to keep something in hand. Maybe we'll keep Dirge in hand. So let's hit him with that. Put Dirge in hand. Sorry, but retain Dirge. Play a defend. I think Osti's gonna die here, right? If we do this, he'll have 3 more HP. What's he hitting us for? 19. Maybe I thought he'll survive with 1 HP if we do this. Maybe I'll do that just to save my own HP here. Not sure. Maybe we keep... So, we've nearly run out of vulnerable on him, which is a little sad. Okay, let's hit him with so. We've got some energy back there. I think it must... Is this unblocked? Yeah, it must be unblocked attack damage. So that was a real nice little piece of luck there. So let's hit Spire as well. We won't take any damage here. We've only got to apply a little bit more damage to him, and then he will die from Doom. And in fact, I think this is good. We can just throw out our blocks, and he's dead. Very nice. Okay, some cash. Speed potion, that gives us 5 dexterity for a single turn, not bad. Blood vial, heal 2 HP at the start of each combat. And some cards. This might be the first skip of the run, I think. I don't think we want any of these. So we got Snap, which we've seen, Reap, which we've seen, and End of Days. Don't think we need any of those, so we'll skip that for now. Okay, one hallway, another hallway fight before we get to the rest site. Oh, this guy. I've said before, I'll say it again. I don't like this guy. He is a tough one. I kind of feel like Sleight of Flesh is a shoo-in. We should just play that. Unfortunately, what's the play? I think I want to keep Shockwave for next turn. So we'll Sleight of Flesh and Snap, even though that does mean we will lose this Defy, but we do have another one. So that's not the end of the world. So let's get this up and running right now. We'll retain Shockwave to play next turn. Oh, I can flatten as well. Brilliant. Of course. Excellent news. Didn't even think about that. Okay, this guy is quite strong. So I think Shockwave is the first play, absolutely. We'll get a tiny bit of defense from that as well. And it'll do some extra damage to him from... He'll get hit for... So this Sleight of Flesh will hit twice because we'll apply weak and vulnerable, which is very nice. So let's just do that. Okay, we can play Fetch to see if we draw anything useful. Alas, no. Getting hit for 15 here. My thought now is whether I just suck up a little bit of damage here and just play Invoke. I forgot as well to even mention that this guy has... He gives you this status called Tender, which means whenever we play a card, we lose Strength and Dexterity. You can see we're on -2 for both of those at the moment. So maybe the call here is to play Invoke. We'll just take the damage. Because I can only block for 3 extra anyway, which isn't much. We'll lose Defile, but I don't think I care about that too much. Hopefully we can draw into something next turn, like Unleash, Bodyguard, and we can do some damage. So let's do it. Does he have a turn off? Why is he never having a turn off? It's fine though, we can full block this turn thanks to our Captain's Wheel yet again. So what's the play here? We can Deathbring and Defy. Maybe even Negative Pulse. All of these have passive sort of effects which will just up the damage. Maybe we'll do so first because we haven't... Tender hasn't triggered yet this turn. So there we go. There we go. Oh, look at that. Absolutely brutalized. That was amazing. Really stacks up the Sleight of Flesh. It's very cool. Right, another vulnerable potion. We could have dropped one during that fight, so that's a little bit of a shame. We didn't use anything, but that's fine. Let's take it. Double vulnerable is quite useful. What have we got here? Reeve, do 9 damage, add a soul into your draw pile. At the start of the run, I probably would have taken that. I don't think we need anything that just does 9 damage at this point. I think we're okay. We've got some way to make our soul cards, even though we've ended up not using them that much. Defy again and Snap again, so that's another skip. Okay, rest site. We'll heal Thanks to our cards, we're nearly on full HP, which is fantastic. Let's get Seance upgraded. I think that's what I want to upgrade. Is it? Let's have a look. Sleight of Flesh up to 13, I don't think is really warranted. If we end up in a place where we've got a spare upgrade, then yeah, sure. But I think it's kind of good. Reperforms upgrade gives it Retain. So feels another one that's a little bit useless. We've got Snap for doing that, so that's fine. Yeah, I think it's Seance. Let's do it. And get rid of some of the trash bloat in our deck and draw through our cards more easily. Okay. This is an interesting first turn. I was really hoping... What an interesting... What the heck do we do here? We've got a lot of damage coming in. I think this might be a colourless potion angle. Hopefully we get something good for defending ourselves. We can throw out the Shockwave. I'd like to get Sleight of Flesh played. If we can play Sleight of Flesh, they die very, very quickly. The only thing is I've got nothing in hand that causes a status right now. All of that stuff is in my draw pile still. So, The answer would be, of course, to just play Shockwave straight after. That would be fantastic. Okay, let's see what we get from the colourless potion. Oh, a free Shockwave! That's probably about as perfect as it could have gone. Unless... What if I take that? What if we take Production? That would let me play Shockwave for free, and I could play one more card, which would be what? Grave Warden to block. Could be that. Could play an Invoke to get a good turn next turn and make sure we finish them off. Tough call. Tough call. Let's take the energy. Play Sleight of Flesh. We'll play Production. Less Shockwave. Oh, cripes, look at that. Absolutely flattened them. So what we could do here even is I could hit this guy for 8. This guy's got slightly too much health, which is really unfortunate. We've got 8 defense though, so maybe we just finish this guy off. Flatten becomes free. Finish this guy off. Oh, what a first turn. Amazing scenes. Colourless Potion came in clutch there for us, absolutely. Great news. So, strike, and it's over. Amazing fight. Happy with that. Okay. This is interesting. Friendship is something I definitely consider taking now. I think we're in a good spot where I could play that. It only costs 1 energy. What's the upgrade? We only lose 1 strength instead. It's an okay upgrade. I'm not that bothered. I think we're mainly concerned about using Osti to do damage and then using this nice sort of Doom feedback loop we've got going on with... what's it called again? Forgot the name. Where's it gone? Sleight of Flesh. So let's go Friendship. Hopefully that's going to pay off. Okay, B guy. This guy is a pain in the butt for sure. But I think given the way we're doing damage is quite passive, I think we can probably handle this quite nicely. I think the first turn's going to have to be Shockwave. Haven't got Sleight of Flesh on hand just yet, but when that comes up we're going to have to play it, even if we take damage, I think. So we might have to just concede that here... I mean, we have got the campfire straight after this, so if we lose about 20 HP, we can... Well, we'll get that back just for how many cards we've got from our feather. So yeah, this is feeling cool. Let's Shockwave to weaken him. Okay, he's only going to do 14 damage now. And let's start just stacking Doom. We're not going to hit him at all. This guy has an effect called Personal Hive, which means every time we hit him with an attack, he will add 1 dazed into our draw pile, which is quite tricky and annoying to deal with. And that number will go up over the course of the fight as well. So if we can avoid hitting him where possible, I want to do that. So we got Seance here. Let's get rid of something in our draw pile like that strike. That'll be good. Oh, I should have got rid of the curse really. But anyway. Fetch. Do I want to play a fetch just to get an extra card? Yeah, let's see what we get. Oh, the soul we just created. Very handy. Alright. So I think here he's going to hit for 13. Is it worth... I don't think it's worth doing Deathbringer. Let's just block best we can. Oh, that worked lovely, actually. Okay, sleight of hand. Oh, and he's doing nothing this turn, which is a complete blessing. So, thank you, mate. Let's get that off. Let's hit him with that. And then this sort of passive damage like this, you see, doesn't actually trigger his personal hive, which is great news. He is going to be stronger next turn, though, so we've got to be careful. He's going to start really doing some damage. And that was unfortunate because that was the turn 3, so we've just missed the benefit of our captain's wheel, which is a little bit sad. And then we've ended up with this scenario where we've got literally nothing in hand to block with. Very disappointing. Oh no. Alright, let's use Friendship for the future energy. I think it's going to be Invoke. And that'll be it, I think. Maybe do we Spur here just to save ourselves a little bit more HP? Why not? Oof, that was a big chunk of health. Very unlucky that we drew no defense there. But okay, let's... his personal hive's gone to 2 now. It's not too bad. Have we got any ethereals in our deck? No, so that's not too bad. Let's take a chance playing one of these. Flatten is now free. That'll add another 2. It's tempting. But at the same time, I think let's just gain block. We'll just chip him down like this. Do we put Reaper Form on? Why not? We've got the energy for it, actually. So let's do it. A full block. And maybe even just hit with Osti. Stacking damage. We've got quite a few days in our pile now, so we just got to be careful we don't add any more. Oh, shame we didn't get anything that does stasis on this turn. What a shame. What are we got coming up potentially? Okay. We're probably going to hit 1 or 2 of our status cards. So let's Invoke again, just to get some extra energy for next turn. I don't want to hit him, even though it's the last turn of him being vulnerable. He is going to hit. He's going to do a big hit next turn, though, isn't he? He's going to do that 3 times 7 again. It'll be 4 times 7 this time, or maybe even 5 times 7. So we kind of need to just try and finish the fight here. How much is that going to do? 10. It's going to do 15. So I'll add on to his Doom as well. All this do 10 as well. Not quite enough. And I think then we're really looking at getting a dead draw. Maybe we'll just do Snap. Let's retain Unleash, Grave Warden, Defend for no reason, and then let's just see what comes up. He's not vulnerable anymore. We can Deathbringer, which is handy. But we are going to get it for 21 again here, which is quite high. He is going to die though, I just noticed. Look, so... Oh, thank God for Doom. Let's just throw up another block. I don't think we've got enough. He's not vulnerable anymore. I think we just have to concede that we're going to get hurt here. And we might have to rest at the next bonfire, but that's fine. He was like, oh, we only lost 2 more health. That's not too bad. Okay, and another vulnerable potion. They're throwing those at us today. I think I'm going to bin off the flex potion in favour for that. Centennial Puzzle's really nice. The first time we lose HP each combat, we draw 3 cards. Quite useful. What have we got here? High 5. Osti deals 11 damage and applies 2 vulnerable to all enemies. It's okay. I'm not feeling like we need it, especially. We've got a lot of AoE already and ways to do vulnerable. So I'm quite happy with those. End of days we've seen. Not interested. Wisp. Don't think I want that either. Right, let's go. How much health have we got after free heal? Oh, nearly at full. So we don't need to heal for sure. What do we want to take? What's going to help us against this boss? So we fought the Knowledge Demon before. It's quite tricky. They do a debuff every few turns where they ask you to make a choice between some sort of permanent negative effects, like taking damage every turn, not being able to play as many cards, things like that. So we need, and I prefer to take the sort of damage options there because being limited on cards or energy is really, really crippling. We've nearly got full health. We can hopefully make Osti nice and chunky. So maybe what we need... Is it Invoke, just to make sure we can have a nice big turn sometimes? Maybe. Maybe it's Bodyguard to make sure we can get a bit more value from making Osti bigger. The other thing is Osti actually grows in size on the screen, I'm pretty sure. Like, I've had him to like 50, 60 health before, and he gets massive. It's really good. Sad we haven't got to say that today too much. But yeah, maybe it is... this Retain Summon 5, Osti Heal 7 is quite good as well. Really tricky choice. I'm not sure what to take. Let's do Invoke. Give me all that energy. Let's hope we can get a nice big turn or two off against this guy and teach him a lesson. Okay. Oh, and I forgot about our blood vial, so we're even closer to full health now. Perfect. We've got a downturn. Perfect time to play Sleight of Flesh. And maybe Invoke. So hopefully we can get a good next turn straight away. Slightly sad because we've got Defy in our hand. And Deathbringer. That's okay. Let's Sleight of Flesh. I think I'm going to Invoke. Let's just hope we get some good draw next turn. So here we go. Here's the choice you get to make. When he debuffs you, draw 1 fewer card each turn. Which we could actually probably get away with because we do have Pyle's Blood. Do you know what? I might actually take that. Let's try that one out. Because now we're just back to drawing the normal amount. We already had something that let us draw more than normal amount of cards anyway. Okay. I think I'm going to throw one of these many vulnerable potions at him just to maximize our damage. Let's use Fetch and see what we draw. Bodyguard's quite good. We've got 6 energy, which is fantastic. So maybe we've already got Sleight of Flesh on. So maybe this is a Reaper Form, Shockwave. I think I'm happy for Defile to just go. The only thing is we've got no block on hand this turn, which is a little bit of a shame. But let's do it. I think this will just help us. We'll start chipping him down quite quickly once we get into the zone now. Do we keep Defile? Do I make Osti bigger? We make Osti bigger. It means he's got more health next turn. For when we eventually get back round to using Unleash, we can use Spur next turn to heal him. Or does that work anyway? Like, does he... Wait, what's he doing? 12? We got 8 already. Oh yeah, nice. Alright, let's Unleash just to do a bit of damage. Or do we do Ethereal to do slightly more damage? Let's Ethereal, I guess. So he should be left on like 2? Oh no, 1. Right, fine. Bad maths, Rob. Bad maths. Now he's got 2. So cool. Perfect synchronization between Captain's Wheel once again and their attack, so that's cool. Don't need to worry about that. We can spur Osti and heal him up, so let's do that. Lovely. I think I'm happy to throw out Friendship here and Defy. Just adding on to that chip damage he's getting all the time. I think he's gonna... So this guy does heal himself between turns, which can be very frustrating to deal with. I could Seance here, but what would we get rid of? I think just this Defend. Let's do that. helps us on the next turn. We might draw into something more useful. What do we do? He's only going to hit for 8, so let's full block, I guess. Let's strike and poke. Snap, sorry. Okay, here comes the next debuff. He's going to try to... He's going to give us another choice after this turn. Really sad we didn't draw much better than this. But that's okay. That just hopefully means the next turn's going to be better. Might as well play Negative Pulse just to chip damage him and add some more Doom. Let's strike. Let's sow. And we'll Grave Warden as well just to put another soul into our draw pile. Okay. Cannot play more than 3 cards a turn, or at the end of your turn take 7 damage. Are we playing more than 3 cards a turn? I think we are. Let's think about it. What do we do? Yeah, because we've got energy now, and we've got a couple of 0-cost cards, so don't want to take Sloth. Let's go Disintegration. We've got new status down here. Look, we're going to lose 7 health every turn by default, so we've got to block for 21 this turn, which is quite a lot. I'm not going to lie, that is quite a lot. So what do we do here? We can, I think, maybe defy, defend. That's nearly enough for us to full block. We can then hit him with that, hit him with that. Alright, great. And we've got Spur in hand to heal Osti next turn, which is great. Oof. Osti, mate, you took some beats there, but you're doing alright. You're doing alright. Okay, we've got Seance in hand again, and Fetch. And Flatten. So this could be quite a lucrative little turn for us. We've still got a couple of turns a week left. We've only got to do about 70 damage to him. No, sorry, 80. It is now pretty much bang on 80. And he'll die from Doom. So we're getting close. Let's Seance first. Get rid of Strike. We do need to block for 28 this turn, but we've got no block on hand at all. So I think we're just going to wing it best we can, and we'll see what happens. We should be alright though. We've got loads of HP, and he's nearly dead. In fact, if we can get him just there now... Oh, Deathbringer does it. I can't believe it. That's insanely good luck. Well, there you go. Have that. He's dead next turn. We don't even need to worry about blocking, because we'll heal after this fight. Great stuff. That was the first time we took damage in that whole fight. And I know that because our Centennial Puzzle just triggered just after he hit us. Fantastic news. But again, good stuff. Let's crack on. Alright, what have you RNG gods got for us this time? I don't know how you pronounce this. For ages I called it Demence, and then I realised I was reading it wrong. Isn't that embarrassing? But quite a cool power. Ethereal. At the start of your turn, gain 1 energy and draw 1 additional card. Upgrade reduces the cost to 2, which makes it very much more playable. Soulstorm, which we've already seen. I don't really feel like we're making enough souls to really get any benefit from that. Quite a good option though if you are sort of running a deck that's making a lot of soul cards. And another Seance. I think we have to take Demesne. Demesne? I have no idea. But yeah, I think we've got to. Let's try and make that work for us. Okay, the boss is the Doormaker. He's quite a tough one. Have we had him yet? I don't think we have. So that's going to be interesting. He's a good boss. Very good boss. Or did we have him last time? Anyway, let's figure out where we're going to go. So we've still got 1 elite to beat to transform this Sword of Stone. Which I'm not that bothered about doing, but maybe we should try and do some elites this time, because we always skip them on Act 3, and I'm feeling like we're actually quite potent. We're doing okay. Our setup is working quite nicely. Just got to make sure we can block enough in this act. So maybe we'll take some block cards as they're offered to us. But let's have a look. What's the sort of safest way we can maybe take on a couple of elites? So it looks like this route looks alright. we could come this way. Got a campfire straight after that one. Not bad. Got a campfire straight after this one. So we need to come up this way, and if this goes bad, we can just avoid it and go to the shop, which could work out in our favour. We even avoid any more hallway fights at that point. But that does mean we want to try and make sure we are ready to go by the time we reach here. So how do we get to that point? Maybe it's this way. We can stop by a shop on the way. We can head this way. Gives us a little time to get a tiny bit more money. Go to this shop. Do a hallway fight here. Rest if necessary. And then on to the elites. Yeah, I think that's good. That's good. Let's see what Vaku has got for us. Okay, gain energy at the start of each turn. Vaku plays your first turn for you. It's quite an interesting one. I took ages until I plugged up the courage to try it, but it is quite fun, especially if you've got quite a strong deck. He'll play your cards left to right in order, so it can be quite funny and quite interesting. Then we've got Seer Talon. Add 2 random curses and 3 wishes to your deck. So a wish is this little card on the side here. Look, put a card from your draw pile into your hand. Exhaust. It's kind of good. The curses are a bit of a dice roll though, as you can imagine. We've got potentially 2 shops that we could go and remove them. There's one here, and we could avoid this elite and remove another curse if we want. What would we want to put in our hand at any one point? I mean, there's quite a lot of stuff we could do. Does it come from our draw pile? Yeah. So we can't get things from the discard pile with that. That's kind of good. Then we've got Choices Paradox. At the start of each combat, add 1 of 5 random cards to your hand. Add Retain to the chosen card. I think I'm going to take that. In my experience, things like this that give you random cards, we get a choice of 1 of 5. So we can make a call based on what we think might be useful for the fight we're in. And a bit of that random chaos can really, really work in our favour most of the time. So let's take it. And let's go. Okay. These guys. Very common first fight in this act. Right, what have we got? Reanimate. Retain. Summon 20. Exhaust. That's quite a nice one. Could be good to make a nice big fat hostie to help us win this fight. Shroud. Whenever you apply Doom, gain 2 block. Spur we've seen. Melancholy we've seen. Death March we've seen. So what have we got in hand for our first turn? They're going to do 21 damage to us. Ideally we could do with a way of blocking. Deathbringer helps quite a bit in terms of just weakening them all. Maybe a Deathbringer. I wouldn't mind getting Friendship up, just for the extra energy. What could do with blocking as well, though? Tough call, tough call. Reperform as well, pretty good. If we can get Reperform off, then like Shroud is quite good. But I don't think it's worth it in this hallway fight. So maybe we take... I think Melancholy is what I'm going to take for now. Or is it Reanimate? Reanimate does the same function as this in terms of the level of defense it gives us, except this just becomes free over time, especially if Osti dies, and I feel like Osti's going to die this turn. So let's take this one. We'll retain it, and hopefully it'll reduce to 0, and we can use it in a pinch, so that'll be good. Fine. I think I'm going to Deathbringer just to reduce the damage that's coming into us. And then it's a question of, do I play Friendship to get the extra energy, or do we just defend? We've got 4, which is doing all of that. So then he's going to hit for 10. We'll block for 8. We'll take 1 damage. Osti will die. It'll trigger this Melancholy to go down a bit. That feels like the right thing to do. Perfect. So you can see down here, Melancholy is now costing 2. Very nice. Okay. Nice big hand. Lots of options. I mean, look how much Doom we've put on these guys already. Could really, we've got Negative Pulse in hand, so that's very useful. So we've only got 3 energy, which is not great, but let's negative pulse, defy. Who should we put a weak on? I think the bat guy is more useful. Yeah, reduces his attack by 5, which is quite good. Next turn as well, we're going to get our captain's wheel in effect, so we can really go ham next turn. Maybe deal 8 damage to all enemies is okay. We could throw this on this guy, and I think, does that put him into lethal? Not quite. Curses. Should have done the maths, but it's fine. I think that's cool. I think Osti's going to die again, which will make Melancholy free. Oh, sorry, 1 energy. Lost a few more HP ourselves there. Not ideal. But this time we got 18 block, so that's way better. So, what's the play here? Let's Seance, turn this defend into a soul. Let's fetch on this guy. We'll try and kill this guy first so he stops giving the bat guy so much shield. Maybe now it's a so. That'll put this guy into Doom lethal mode. There we go. And then there's no point striking this guy. Maybe we'll apply... that doesn't really matter about applying weak. We haven't managed to play Sleight of Flesh this round, so don't think it matters too much. What are we going to get next turn? Unleash. Why don't we invoke just to get a bunch of energy next turn, and we'll dirge just one time just to make Osti a little bit bigger. So if we draw Unleash, we can use it. There we go. The big guy's dead. Just this guy left. We only need to do a very small amount of damage to him to finish him off. We can Unleash. We can flatten. But maybe we should... Oh, I should have shockwaved first. And I should have spurred first. Dude. Well, lesson learned, I guess. Let's throw this out now. Hit him with that. He's only got 8 HP left. Hopefully one of these souls will find us an attack card. There we go. Lovely. Okay, 5 HP lost. Not the best, but we'll get 2 back at the start of the next fight, so that's not bad. Oh, Gigantification Potion. The next attack you play deals triple damage. That can be extremely useful. So let's take that. Grave Warden Plus, gain 11 block, add a soul into your draw pile. I'm tempted by this very much. Reeve, we saw him not long ago, not interested. Borrowed Time is an interesting one. Gain 6 energy. Cards cost an additional energy this turn. So I guess it's useful for playing your higher cost cards because it only puts their cost up by 1. So it would let us play Reperform, Sleight of Flesh, Demesne. Like, we could play all of those quite easily. Maybe I'll try it. I've never really tried it. Come on, let's go. Next. Okay, Devoted Sculptor. This guy goes through a phase of powering himself up every turn. What do we want here? I feel like Sentry Mode is pretty good. Debilitate is an excellent card. Deals 10 damage, and then Vulnerable and Weak are twice as effective for the next 3 turns. Very, very useful. I was sad that we haven't found this yet for us to just use in general. So I think I am going to take this. Because it just feels too useful. I didn't even look at what I had in my hand, but I think it's an extremely cool card that we can keep. We can retain it as well, which is going to be very handy. So let's see. He's buffing himself. We don't need to worry about defense. Let's Seance and get rid of a strike. Let's Snap and maybe add Retain to Grave Warden, just to make sure we got a bit of block in hand ready for next turn. Or is it Deathbringer? Maybe it's Deathbringer. Let's keep with Deathbringer. We should play Defile and Defy because they're both ethereal. So let's do that. There we go. We've done a good chunk to damage him on the first turn. That's really good. So there you go. He's just done this Ritual 9 on him. That means he'll gain 9 strength every turn going forward now. So we do want to try and make sure we finish the fight off quite quickly. What can we do? What can we do? He's hitting for 12. Should have kept that bloody... What was it called? Grave Warden. Should have kept it, guys. I knew I should have kept it. We can throw Deathbringer out on him. That'll give us some block. Let's do it. And we'll negative pulse. There we go, perfect. Let's go, next turn. Got some good cards in hand ready to be used. So Shockwave is ready, that'll be very useful. We're almost full blocking already. And if we use Debilitate, it's going to make the weak and vulnerable even stronger. So we'll just do that straight away. We're already full blocking. Maybe... Do I want to draw one card? We might draw into something really useful. We could draw into Invoke. Let's just risk it. Oh, but I don't have energy for Invoke, you idiot. Alright. Lesson learnt. That's fine. Let's carry on. Pretend that never happened. Okay. 15 damage coming our way. Thing I'm wondering is we can't do enough damage to sort of just finish him off here. I kind of feel like I need to defend a bit. It's a while until we will heal when we enter the shop though, so that's not bad. It's only 15 damage. Okay, maybe it's let's defend, and friendship. Nasty dies, but not the end of the world. Okay, borrowed time in hand. Not too bad. We can gain 6 energy. Everything will cost 1 more energy to play. So maybe we play some cards first to stop them getting more expensive. Okay, let's fetch first. See what we get. Unleash. It's not that strong. We can Seance. Get rid of another strike. I think definitely worth playing Debilitate. And even Defy. Maybe even Defend. We are getting hit for 19 here, so we do need to be ready. Okay, so we've got 6 energy. We can Spur and we can Reperform and maybe Unleash. I think that's probably the best plan of action, so let's do that. Nearly got him. He's very close to the Doom threshold. Hopefully we can get him next turn. Oh, we got exactly enough block thanks to the... What was it that does that again? What gives us the block for 2-point cards? Intimidating Helmet. Amazing scenes. Okay. We need to block for 24 if we're trying to kill him with Doom. He's got weak on him already, so maybe we just apply Doom like that. We Grave Warden. I think I defend, and then we throw out a Sow. Yeah, that should do it. Only 1 damage being taken, not too shabby. Alright, that was good. Nice. Oh, our own Debilitate. I think it's going to have to be that. Blight Strike is okay. It's a little bit late to take something like this now. I think 8 damage applied Doom equal to the damage dealt. Don't think we'd need that. We've got Reperform as well, so it's fine. Enfeebling Touch is really, really good as well. I do kind of want one of these, but I think my priority is Debilitate for now. This is really useful. Sorry, we skipped over the description. It's ethereal, but if you play it, the enemy loses 8 strength this turn, so very good against attacks like the bee guy was doing against us, like 3 times 7. You can just reduce that to 0 times 7. But Debilitate seems more useful right now. Helps us do more damage, reduces the incoming damage by 50%, which on normal big single attacks is going to be more useful than this. So, yeah, Debilitate it is, I think. On we go. Oof. Oh, this event is horrible. So we can let it take Defy from us, or we can hold on, lose some HP, and try and find a better option to get removed from our deck. Sometimes you're lucky and it picks one of your basic attacks and defends, but otherwise, you know, it's going to pick something that's pretty useful. We've already got double Defy, so I'm quite happy to just let one go. I've had really bad luck on this event sometimes, so I'm going to take that as a W and we'll just move on. Full health, thanks to meal ticket. Fab news. Oh, some great cards here. So another Debilitate. Cleanse is quite interesting. Summon 3, exhaust 1 card from your draw pile. So a good way of us cleansing out some of those weaker cards that we're not interested in. Enfeebling Touch is great, as we just mentioned. Lethality is insanely good. The first attack each turn does 50% additional damage. It's a power. Very good card indeed. I'm very tempted to take these two. So what's that going to cost me? 110. Then we got Fasten, which is a fantastic card. Gain 5 additional block from defend cards, which makes them so much more useful. So I'm very keen to take that. Rolling Boulder is quite interesting. 3 energy at the start of your turn, deal 5 damage to all enemies and increase this damage by 5. And it'll just build up and build up and build up. It can be really quite good. But I don't think it really fits. I think my priority is taking these other cards. He's quite expensive, but yeah, it's a good one if you come across it. Oddly Smooth Stone gives us an extra dexterity every combat, so that's going to be good. I'm hoping actually it will double the effect of not double. We get double bonus on Fasten, so you already get 6 block from a defend card with the Oddly Smooth Stone, and then I'm hoping that this does gain an additional 6 block from defend cards. I'm not sure. It'd be very nice if it did work like that. Red Mask at the start of each combat, apply 1 weak to all enemies. That's going to be quite handy. Don't think we can afford all of it though, so let's buy the cards first. They are definitely the priority. That, and that. Can't afford any of the relics now. That's fine. I'll live with it. Let's, I think we're okay on potions. Radiant Tincture's kind of nice. Maybe we do drop one of these vulnerable potions for that. That'll do. Not too bothered about removing cards anymore. We do have the Doormaker come up, who has a turn where any cards you play are exhausted. So having fodder for that is quite good. We're also using our Seance to get rid of stuff as well, so having targets for that is not too bad. Let's carry on. Okay, this guy's interesting. Globehead. He's got a debuff, a sort of built-in debuff. That means whenever we play a power, we'll take 6 damage. You can counter that by blocking before you play a power. So it's not too bad. But unfortunately, we've drawn like a really annoying first hand with no block. But that's fine. We can fetch and hopefully get something. But let's have a look. What's it offering us here? End of Days. We've seen before. Death's Door is quite an interesting one. Gain 6 block. If you apply Doom this turn, gain block 2 additional times. Very useful. So we've already seen. Reeve we've already seen. Pull Aggro we've already seen. I think I'm going to take Death's Door. I think it feels like it will work. It will work right here, right now as well, which is very handy. Let's play Fetch. See if we get anything else. Unleash. Okay. I can play Death's Door to get enough block to play Lethality. We then do have the issue that he's going to be doing 13 damage to us. But if we play Enfeebling Touch, that'll reduce that quite significantly. So I think that's the play. Let's just do this. There we go. He's only going to do 5 damage to us now, so we'll lose 4 HP here. Not too bad. Okay. 18 damage coming in. Not too bad. Okay, I think we play... He's given us Frail, so we get 25% less block at the moment, which is not ideal. But we do have the thing that's giving us... First attack each turn is getting a bonus now from Lethality, so 50% extra damage is not too bad at all. I wonder whether we play a vulnerable potion to just try and finish this guy off. I can't remember if he gets any harder or if this is just it. Let's just take our chances for now. Let's apply weak. We'll debilitate just to make his weak even stronger. We just need 5 more block to be safe. So let's Grave Warden. Let our powers go. Don't think we need many more powers in this fight. Just depends. Oh, he's buffing himself, so he is going to do something. Fasten, I do want to use, but I feel like we're not going to get a chance to here. We can Seance. Oh, we've got 18 block already, actually, so that's not bad. Let's get rid of one of these defends. Okay. Going to hit us for 16. What can we do? I can snap here to retain something else. So let's do that. That'll make Flatten free, which is great. Let's retain Dirge. We'll hit him with that. Let's play Fasten, just to make our blocks a bit better. Don't mind if we lose a tiny bit of damage here. Let's Invoke for next turn. That should do it. Okay. Yeah, our defend cards do 12 block now, which is fantastic news. So we've got so much energy as well. So we could just do... Let's defend. Easily blocking enough. I don't want to play Reperform. I don't think it's worth doing. But I'm wondering, we can play Borrow Time and then Dirge. Like, how does that make Dirge more expensive? I don't think it can. So, do I want to do anything else? What have we got here? Bodyguard and Spur. Oh, well, do you know what? Having those out and ready to go isn't too bad. Let's Bodyguard. Borrow Time. Dirge. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Unfortunately, our entire draw pile is now soul cards, which is a little bit sad because we're going to have to churn through some of them to get any other cards, but that's fine. Osty's got 41 HP. He's feeling really big and chunky. You ready to go, mate? Okay, let's... oh my god, these souls is not it. Let's Seance, get rid of that. Feels like a bit of a shame, isn't it? Okay. Fortunately, we can't block it, but Osty's got so much health, I don't really care. I do one more soul, what do we get? Flatten can't be played, that's fine. Alright, that'll do. Shame we didn't get to make better use of all those lovely souls, but it's fine. Okay. So, we'll definitely Spur. Make Osty a bit healthier. Let's Shockwave. Grave Warden will stop us taking any damage. Borrowed Time isn't really worth doing, I don't think. Unless we just use it to play some powers, but kind of feel like I don't need to do that. He is increasing his strength slowly though, so maybe we do need to think about trying to finish the fight. Like, how am I going to finish this fight? What I really want to do is draw into Unleash. So maybe Reperform does help with that. Let's just do it. Osty's got the HP to put up with it. And we'll do Sleight of Flesh too. Fine. Osty lost almost nothing there. That was lovely. Alright, great. So let's fetch. Let's... Oh, we got Death's Door, which is going to do some great blocking for us. That's fantastic. Let's... What else can we do? I think we Deathbringer. Just stack the Doom on him. Hopefully next turn. Come on. Where's Unleash? Where's Unleash? Still no Unleash. It's going to be here. There he is. 61 damage. I think this is it. Good night. Oh, 92. He was vulnerable as well. Beautiful. Okay, no escape. Apply 15 doom plus an additional 5 doom for every 10 doom already on this enemy. This is okay, like it's not that good. It sounded much better than it actually was, I think, in my experience of using it. Delay we've seen before, snap we've seen before. Don't think I want to take any of those right now. I think we're looking pretty good. I don't need to rest again, which is fantastic. So the call here is like, I think I'm interested in lethality. Fasten upgrade is really good. Demesne upgrade is really good. Depends how these elite fight goes. I think the thing that helps me in an elite fight most right now is lethality. So let's do that first. 75% extra damage on the first attack every turn. Especially good if we've got a big fat Osty. Oh, this is a nice... what are these things called again? Relics. Whenever we use a potion, we now get 3 strength for that turn. So can be quite handy. Unfortunately, not too good for the sort of setup we've got. We haven't got many multi-attacks, and we're not attacking with our main character. It's mainly Osty and the passives that are doing the damage. Before we look at those, what have we got in hand? So, okay, we've got some decent stuff here. We definitely want to get Fasten off to help us survive this fight. Sleight of Flesh would be great. Demesne would be great. I think we're not probably going to get to play all of that. This guy's hitting for 15. This one's hitting for 6. So we've got 21 damage coming in. This guy here puts a debuff on us, which makes all of our cards ethereal until he's dead. So we definitely want to prioritize busting this guy down as quickly as possible. There's not much here that lets us do that, unfortunately. What have we got as our options here? Sentry mode's not bad. Haunt is okay, doesn't really do much for us. Negative Pulse, we've already got one, I don't think we need another. Severance is okay, but I don't think it does much. Transfigure is pretty cool. Add Replay to a card in your hand, it costs an extra energy. So that can be extremely useful for expensive things like Demesne, because then this will play twice. So we'll gain 2 energy at the start of each turn and draw 2 additional cards. So there are things here that we could do, but I kind of feel like that's the wrong thing. Maybe we do... maybe we take a Transfigure, or maybe we do Sentry Mode and try and use some of that free damage to just tick these guys down. It's a lot to think about. I think I definitely want a Shockwave, and I definitely want to Fasten. So that's 3 energy right there. But we'll have played no block this turn. We've only got a Defy anyway. So that'll take 3 energy. Even if we use our Radiant Tincture, that's not going to let us play one of these cards straight away. Except for Negative Pulse, maybe. Okay. Tough call. Tough call. Also want to do Sleight of Flesh, you know? Like there's a lot of things here that could be helpful. It's trying to just figure out what's the most helpful right now. I think it's Fasten. I think we need to survive. And Shockwave lets us do that. Shockwave also lets us chip this dark guy down as quick as we can. So maybe let's Shockwave. Oh wait, I've got to pick a card to bring in. Well, maybe then actually... Why don't we bring in Transfigure? And then what we'll do is we'll take Radiant Tincture. Oh no, because I won't have enough energy to use it. Curses. I was thinking I could use Transfigure on Fasten and then play Shockwave and Fasten. But I won't have enough energy to do that if I do that. That's alright, let's keep Transfigure. Maybe we can use it on a different turn. Fine. Shockwave. Fasten. Having double Fasten would have been great. And then we will just block and add an extra weak. Oh, I should have added it on the front guy. That's fine. Okay. Not too bad. We're taking a bit of damage, but we can survive that. Okay, so all of our cards have now got this effect on. They're all ethereal. I've got 4 energy, which is helpful. I'm thinking I definitely need to play lethality. I think we just maybe suck up some damage and put up with the consequences of it. We don't have that much block in hand anyway. So, tricky though. Real tricky. We're going to lose all of these cards that we don't play. That's the hard thing about this. Do I transfigure lethality so that we do 150% extra damage on the first attack each turn? I think I might have to. Or we could even do something like play Defile and just hit this guy with it. We've also got Debilitate in hand. Oh man. Okay, let's forget about Transfigure. Let's play Lethality. Debilitate on this guy. I think that's what I'm going to do. Do we Friendship? It makes our next turn even easier, because we'll have even more energy. How much are we losing here? 16, 19. That'll reduce it to 14. We could Invoke. Tough call, man. Alright, let's block. Let's block and just see what happens. Oh, we finally procced our Rainbow Ring. Excellent. I might have done that before and not noticed, but good stuff. So then this guy's also placed a debuff on us now, which gets rid of all of our upgraded cards, which is extremely sad. Not gonna lie. And this is not a great hand. We need to be able to kill this guy, I think. Looking at a Gigantification Potion as my best option right now. Because we have got 14 plus 12 damage coming in. It's a lot. Definitely don't have enough block. Oh, we're not far off actually, thanks to Fasten. We could... I could use Flatten. How much does that do to this guy? 42. Alright, I think that makes my mind up on that. Down he goes. None of our cards are ethereal anymore. Okay, now we're only taking 19 damage. In fact, I don't even have to play any block cards because we've already got 22 block thanks to the good old Captain's Wheel. So next we want to try and make sure we kill this guy at the back to get our upgrades back. So I think for now maybe we just borrow time and play Dirge just to grow Osti a whole chunk. Okay, not too shabby, not too shabby. Neither of them are doing anything. Grateful. Let's play some souls, see what we can find. Deathbringer's nice. Could play that. Let's see if the souls find anything else useful. We've got Unleash there. Oh, it didn't manage to come out, which is quite sad. Got one more soul, come on. There he is. I think while Osti's so big, it makes sense to play this. Good damage. Oh, we had Bodyguard. What a silly mistake that was. Alright, let's use that now. Oh, and then we'll Deathbringer. Guy at the back is very nearly dead now, thanks to Doom. Guy at the front has just got a bunch of strength though, so he's going to be hitting a bit harder, especially on his multi-attacks. Right, can we finish the guy at the back this turn? Osti does 50 damage. Superb. Good night. That gets all of our upgrades back. Let's just throw up a couple of defends, or should we just make use of at least one strike here? Hopefully we can finish this guy off quite easily. Now it's just us. Right, he's only got one turn of weak and vulnerable left. Let's play the soul, see what we get. Okay, nothing too great. He's only hitting for 13. Let's debilitate, just to add a stack more damage to him on this last attack. Do we do this? Is it a flatten? I need to defend, probably. Yeah, let's do it. Let's keep Osti's health. I think there's no rush to finish the fight. It's just us two now, so we got this, I think. 12 times 2 is pretty big. Unfortunate he doesn't have any vulnerable anymore. But you know, Osti can pretty much tank that entire hit actually, so I don't think there's much to worry about. Let's put some weak on him. Oh, definitely can do it now. Let's defile. Maybe we'll even borrow time and do Sleight of Flesh and hit him with a strike. Oh, there we go. He's even going to die from the doom. Hadn't even considered that. Alright, not too bad. We lost a fair bit of health, about 15 I think. But that's okay. Regal Pillow, great. Not that we're going to need to heal. I think just entering the rest site will help significantly. So plus, Page Storm, whenever you draw an ethereal card, draw 1 card. How many ethereal cards do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not bad, it's about 20% of the deck. So that's not bad, that does give us an extra card draw quite regularly. But I think it's going to be Shared Fate, which means I lose 2 strength, the enemy loses 2 strength, exhaust. Very good on fights where the enemies do the multi-attack thing. And we don't care if I lose strength, we're doing passive damage, we're doing Osti damage. And this damage is, strength loss is permanent for that fight. Might even get something lucky where we get to replay it or something using that same card we just had in that last fight. So let's go Shared Fate. Okay, back to full health just from entering the rest site, which is great news. We can make an enemy lose 3 strength, which is kind of good, but I kind of feel like Fasten is my next pick. Or maybe to Debilitate. No, it's 4 turns. I think it's Fasten. Absolutely. Makes our block card so potent. So that's good. I think here I'm not going to do 3 elites. Oh, we did do the Sword of Jade. Start each combat with 3 strength. So that's kind of good. Even nullifies the effect of that Shared Fate card we just picked up. So that's pretty cool. Let's question mark it. Come on, what are we going to get? Oh, okay. Can we kill this dummy in... we get 3 turns to defeat him. 75, 150... or 300 HP. I've never done the 300 HP one. I've never felt strong enough to do that. But the second one here, 150 HP. Can we do that in 3 turns? I feel like it's going to be tricky. We can try though. If we pull it off, we will get to upgrade 2 random cards. We've already got full potions. I think 300 is way out of our league. So let's go middle setting. What's good here? What's good here? Eradicate is pretty good, especially if we have a big energy turn. But we've only got 3 turns to beat this guy. Might even pop a potion and use Debilitate to try and help it speed along. We can probably do, and then, yeah, a Sow and an Unleash. We've just got to lay into him as fast as we can. What does damage here? We've got Poke as a free attack. Might be good if we get, what's it called? What's it called? Where is it? Where's the picture I'm looking for? Flatten. So it can help us do Flatten, and it's retaining, so we can keep that in hand. Let's use the potion. Just to make sure he's as weak as possible. He's now getting double vulnerable effect as well. Oh. Oh yeah, and Unleash is actually a worse bet than my Strike or my Sow at the moment, thanks to the fact that we've started with 6 strength. How is that adding up? Where does that all come from? Oh, we've got 3 from the potion here, and we've got 3 from the Sword of Jade, so that's pretty good. Let's hit him with Sow, let's hit him with a Strike. Grand. Okay, we've gotten to half health in 1 turn, which is pretty promising. This isn't the best. This is not the best. What are we likely to draw next turn? We could really have done with lethality coming out. But alas, it is what it is. No real point playing any of these other funky cards. Maybe worth throwing up a Seance. Let's get rid of a Defense there. If we draw that next turn, we can at least Soul. I want to hold on to Poke in case we get Flatten, and that is how we do it. So I think it's a Snap. We'll retain Borrowed Time in case that helps. Let's play Bodyguard. Let's play Spur even. Fine. Okay, so we're going to do 60 damage in one turn here, which is not going to happen. God damn. Maybe it was a Gigantification Potion angle, but I'd rather save that, I think, for a proper fight. Yeah, I don't think there's any way we can do it, lads. That's a real shame. Curses. We got close, but that was as close as we're going to get. Unfortunate. Alright, next question mark. Okay, this guy's interesting. Fabricator. Every turn he will summon a little friend. You've got to be on top of it and take out those little friends because they get quite hard to deal with otherwise. So, what have we got in our first hand? Reaper Form, I don't think it's going to get used right now. Defile is pretty good though. Seance we'll use. We could do Borrowed Time and play Reaper Form though. He's going to hit for 18. We don't have much in the way of block. Any of these cards do a block for us? We've got Flatten again. Hang is pretty good. It does 10 damage and then doubles the damage this card does to that enemy for that combat. So it can be really good if you're looping it quite quickly, but I think our deck's a little bit too big for that. Wisp, we've seen Dredge is quite interesting. Retain and then put 3 cards from your discard pile into your hand. Kind of good on a turn where you get to play Invoke first, then you can use this to pull something back and play it. And then Demesne again. Not really sure what I fancy out of these. Let's take Dredge, just in case it works out. Alright, let's Seance. Get rid of a strike. We can Negative Pulse to defend a little bit. We can Enfeebling Touch to drop his attack down to 10, so that's not too bad. Then we can Borrow Time. Can do Reaper Form. And can hit him with Debilitate. Lovely. Then if we're lucky now, we'll draw Shockwave or something to help us whittle him down. Okay, some of this little yellow guy. What's he do? He's going to attack for 16. He's got high voltage, gains 2 strength at the start of his turn. So he is quite tricksy. We need to make sure we can put him out of our way as quickly as possible. Deathbringer will do it. We just need a way to be able to block as well. I'd love to play Lethality here. So maybe that is it. Because we've got no... Maybe Lethality just has to go. Nah, it feels too good to let it go. Let's play it. Let's defend best we can. He's only going to hit us for 12 now, which is not too bad. Let's Shared Fate the main guy. That's for when he attacks us. Okay, next. Okay. Now we're in trouble. Because these guys all around are going to give us a real tough time. Okay. Who's the priority to get rid of? This one at the front, I think. We can kill him with Flatten. Osty's doing pretty good damage as well. We've only got 3 energy though. Oh, this is tough. At least we've got 18 block on thanks to our Captain's Wheel. So let's hit this guy. This was going to give us some status cards, so I'm not too bothered about that. Oh, of course, it didn't do 21 damage because that was just because it had the lethality effect on it. Curses. Okay, he's going to die from Doom after this turn. can probably afford to shockwave. Just to help out a little bit. And let's hit this guy. He's going to die from Doom after this turn as well now. We've just got enough block to block all of that, which is great. Yeah, dazed, whatever, we can deal with that. Okay, still summoning. He's quite pesky, this guy, I'm not going to lie. Don't have much in the way of attack here. Oh, actually, 17 damage thanks to our lethality. I think that's pretty great. Let's just throw that out straight away. Let's fasten to make sure our block cards are a little bit better. What we got in hand? Yeah, we got a defend coming. He's only hitting for 12. So we can probably just Grave Warden for now. We'll take a little damage, but that's alright. Okay, this guy's back. It is getting quite hard to keep on top of this. Could really do with having vulnerable on this guy. Oh, it doesn't. Oh, so does 19 damage by default. So let's just throw that out without thinking. Oh, and we've procced him into Doom range. Good night, sir. He'll summon his friends, but then he'll die, and they'll die too. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Grave Blast. Not bad. Wisp Plus, I'm starting to feel more tempted by. It's got Retain. It gives us an energy. It might help us just play something that we need. So I do think I'm going to take it. Do we chance it against one more elite? Why not? We've got a bonfire here. We've got good stuff there. We've only got 160 gold, which is not that much. We might get a good relic from this. Oh, and it's this one. This one's not too bad. The big sort of robot guy is really tricky. Okay, what's the call here? Call of the Void can be extremely useful. How much is he hitting us for? 29. What can we do here? We can easily throw up a sound, so that's good. We'll do that. Fasten. We'll make this block for 12. We don't have any more block in hand, though. And he is hitting us for quite a big amount of damage. Got no weak either. We got anything here that lets us do that? Putrefy could do it. I think it is Putrefy. Lethality is tempting. Call of the Void is really cool. Add a random card into your hand at the start of your turn. And give you some really nuts stuff. And it gains Ethereal, so if you don't want to use it, it just exhausts. Quite good. But I think given the circumstance that we're in here, I want to weaken him, so I'm going to take Putrefy. Let's do that straight away. It's now going to do 21 damage, which isn't that much less. Good grief. But fine, let's do that. Let's throw a defend up. Let's seance and get rid of a strike. Best we could do, really. Okay. 4 times 4 coming in this time. It's not quite as bad. Let's do that. Oh, okay. Debilitate is great. 16 damage. It's not too bad. We can block most of that with a single defend. So let's debilitate. I'll make his weak even worse. So now we'll full block on a single defend card, which is great. I should have played lethality first because that's what I wanted to do. But hey ho, we move. We would have done a little bit more damage to him with our debilitate card then. But no biggie. No biggie. Okay, we're full blocking already. This kind of feels like a Shockwave Borrow Time Demesne angle. So let's do that. Lovely. 42 damage off a So is wildly good. Once we get all of our powers up and running, we are quite strong. It's very satisfying now. We can almost full block with a single defense card, which is great. Dirge could be good. Yeah, we're not in a position to do much damage to him, but we've only got 1 turn left of debilitate, which is a little bit sad. especially because we've got these things coming next. So that's fine. Okay, let's think then. So why don't we... Let's throw a defend up. That's almost a full block. And let's dirge the rest. Oh, of course. We got an extra bit of block thanks to our intimidating helmet. So we'll full block this attack. Osti's nice and big. We should get... If with any luck, we'll get some good draws here. We've got Unleash. We've got Shared Fate. He's doing 32 damage. Oh boy. That is big. This is a tricky one. We haven't got anything else in the draw pile. What else could we get that would possibly help here? I mean, ideally we want to just kill the guy, right? There's no way we're doing 170 damage in a single turn. I mean, that's doing 57, which is not bad. Not bad at all. We could use the Gigantification Potion. I feel like there's no way I'm going to be able to block. Maybe keeping my health for the last boss is better than... Do we want to keep this potion for the last boss? Because, you know, that could be the thing that means we kill him. Maybe that is the play. Okay, we can always rest at the bonfire as well. I don't really feel like we've got much of an upgrade we need to do. So... Oh, it's because we're vulnerable and weak as well. Interesting. Alright, let's Shared Fate just to reduce his attack a tiny bit, just to get rid of it. Let's soul a whole bunch and hope we draw into some block. All we need is like 2 defends, and we're nearly full blocking. Can we get rid of another strike? Yes, we can. Let's throw another one of those up. Oh, come on, where's the defense? Can't believe that. That's fine though. We can almost full block just from using these 2. So let's do that to protect ourselves. We can now play this. So we can unleash, do a considerably good chunk of damage to him. We can flatten for free. We can... I could play Negative Pulse. Maybe we play Borrowed Time just to play some more of these cards. Why not? Let's do that. Now got enough energy to play Negative Pulse, Snap, and Strike. And we got loads of energy. I hadn't really thought about that before, but the Borrowed Time putting the cost of the cards up means we get block for every card. So that's kind of awesome. Alright, he's only hitting for 12 this time. Osti can tank the entire thing. Shame we don't have a better attack in hand. Did we get anything? Debilitate's back. Fantastic. Let's hit him with that for sure. He's only hitting for 8, which is shockingly low. We've made a mockery of this guy for real. So maybe we invoke and we sow. Big hit coming? No, it's not that big. Please give me an attack. Debilitate again. There we go. Good night, sir. Ah, it was not bad at all, really, was it? We didn't even need to use that potion. God bless the souls. What was that? Game piece. Whenever we play a power, draw 1 card. That could come in very useful, actually. Poke Plus. Another Poke Plus I'm actually quite tempted by. Cost nothing. Could help us trigger some of our cards. Take that as our last pick. We'll heal to full health. Oh, amazing. So we do get to do one last upgrade. What shall we take? Is it Demesne? This is going to be some sort of like French word or something rather. I'm completely destroying every time I say it, but that's just how I roll. All right. What do I need against this last boss? So the last boss has got some interesting phases. Each phase has a different effect. One makes your cards exhaust. The other means you can't draw cards. draw additional cards, and then the last phase makes cards cost an additional energy when you play them. But the main problem I have in this fight is just blocking enough. So what is going to help us with that? And he does do big, wompy attacks. I'm not really sure. I think I'm going to just do Demesne so we can at least play it when it comes out. Just because it gives us so much extra stuff to use and look at. Come on then, Doormaker. Do your worst, sir. So this guy has an interesting first turn where he does nothing. It says that he's going to summon monsters, but really he means he's just going to change what he's like. It's unfortunate we haven't really drawn much in the way of powers or anything here. We've got Friendship, which is okay. That's going to buff our energy, so that's pretty good. We have got Sleight of Flesh here, which I think I'm going to take, just so we can hopefully really batter him down and with Death by 1,000 cuts him. Although, to be fair, if I play this and my other one, we're going to be doing 18 damage every time we apply any status. So it could get wild really quickly. So yeah, let's just take it. I'm not even going to think about it. What have we got up here? Duplicator. Duplicator is really good. What would we want Duplicator on? Lethality, maybe? Or Demesne? Shockwave? Lots of good options there. We've got the triple attack damage as well to use. We've also got a flex potion, which could help me do some damage with one of my own moves if we need to. Alright, let's go. Gonna play this. Oh, we've got the thing that draws a card every time we play a power, but that's fine. Poke, I don't think is worth... We don't need to play that. At the moment, he's invincible, so we need to wait till the first turn starts before we can hurt him. Okay. So this turn is always tricky. So on this one, he's got a thing called Hunger. So like we said a minute ago, every time we play an attack or a skill, it is exhausted. So defending during this turn is always a tough choice to make. He's going to hit for 30. We have to do something to defend ourselves. And I feel like we don't have much option here, right? So I'm going to play this power because it was ethereal and it'll be gone if we don't. We can defend. We can lose one of our defends, which I'm a bit loath to do because we do have Fasten in the deck, and we're going to lose the value that that card would give us. And Enfeebling Touch I have to play. It will exhaust if I don't play it anyway. So Enfeebling Touch is gone. So we might as well use that to take 8 damage off of that attack coming in. But that's the best we can do, I think. So let's just do that. And defend. Got 9 defend altogether. Gonna take about 11 damage, I think. Yep. Okay, already got some cards in hand, which is great, because this is the turn where we can't draw. He's now got a thing called Scrutiny, which means we can't draw any more cards. It's a little bit sad. We've already got 18 block, though, because we're on turn 3. Thank goodness for the Captain's Wheel. Doing some business. Ideally, though, we want to try and do some damage here. But I'm not sure what we're going to do. Let's seance, see if we can turn a dud card into a soul, because that could be helpful. We do have my other Sleight of Flesh here. We do have quite a lot of energy. And I feel like Reperform and Sleight of Flesh is something we have to just get off, because then it just means every time we attack we're going to do so much damage to him. Maybe that is the play. And do we even like duplicate this Sleight of Flesh to make it even crazier? I'm going to try it. Let's do it. Okay, so now we're doing... Well, they'll take 27 damage every time we afflict a status on them, including Doom, which will mean every attack we do from now. We managed the full block as well, which was fantastic. So here's the turn where now it's called Grasp. Whenever we play a card, we'll lose an additional energy, which is quite hard. But you can play zero cost cards for free at the end, so that's always worth remembering. So we've got 5 energy, so I'm not too bothered, and we've got borrowed time, so why don't we play lethality because it's ethereal, so we need to play it. Gives us shockwave, which is fantastic news. Let's get that played. Oh my god, he took so much damage just from that. That was amazing. We don't have the energy, unfortunately, to play borrowed time now. What's here? I don't want to play fetch, because if we draw into fasten, I'm going to feel sad. We'll get fasten next turn for sure, though. And shared fate, so we can use both of those next turn. Soul, don't want to play that. Wisp, don't want to play that. So let's just hold. Okay, he's coming in with 24 damage again. Quite thankfully he's weakened. We'd be in trouble otherwise. So we've got loads of energy again, which is fantastic. So let's... Now what have we got down here? Yeah, let's fasten. I'm hoping Shared Fate does 27 damage to him because it's a debuff. Yep, fantastic. What else can we do? What have we got? Oh yeah, let's Seance. Oh no, I've exhausted it. Bugger, I didn't think about that properly, but that's fine. Still need to try and block. Not sure what the best plan for that will be. Might have to just lose Grave Warden. Don't want to lose Unleash. Unless we just go all in and just decide, actually, what we're going to do now is just use the passive damage to just whittle him down. But if I do this, Osti can't attack again, other than through Snap, or... Do you know what I mean? How many defends have I got left? 2 there. We've got negative pulse. That's the other thing that's tricky about this, is just like making sure we keep some form of block, because if we run out of block cards, we're really in trouble. Okay, let's Grave Warden. Let's play Snap. Let's put Retain on Unleash. Got a bunch of cards that are retaining now. So if he hits us now, we're going to lose a bunch of health, but I think I'm okay with that. Let's just risk it. And hopefully we can lay into him a bit this turn. Okay, we got Debilitate, which is flipping great news. We've got Dirge, we've got Borrowed Time. We can buff up Osti in a sec and make it do a huge attack with this. So that's great. We'll get to Flatten as well. Wow, can we do all of this in one turn? This is going to be nuts. We could even maybe Death Bring. Yeah, okay. So let's hit him with Debilitate first. Make sure his vulnerable and stuff is much more effective. So what else have we got? Do I use this to make Osti slightly bigger? No, I think we need to do Dirge first before we do that attack. But maybe what we do is we play Deathbringer first. Nice. His health's proper ticking down here. We just need to keep one back for this. The only... No, I've just realised I can't play... We can't play Dirge before playing Unleash. That's the only thing that's screwing us over a little bit here. But it does have Retain, so we could play it next turn. Which does work. So why don't we... It's a shame we can't keep Flatten as well. But I think we'll live with that for now. So let's... Do I want to hit him with anything else here? We do need to block a bit more, so let's play this. We will get 4 block from playing Dirge in a second. So let's Borrow Time. Let's Dirge. Make Osti nice and big. That helps us block the next big attack. Alright, cool. Come on then, Doormaker. Let's be having you. Okay, Osti deals 56 damage. That is insanely big, and I think it's going to get bigger. 112 damage if we just hit him. I think he's dead. Yep. Good night, sweet prince. What a great boss fight that was. Happy about that. Let's just exhaust everything. It's all good. Nothing matters. Look at that. Osti just shrugged that off. Doormaker, doorschmaker. More like. Lovely. Well, there we go. That's how to play Necrobinder. Necrobinder is a really great character. We didn't get to see some of the other cool cards that she has as well. But yeah, really good. Osti is great. Osti did, do you know what I mean? We said right at the beginning, this guy can win the game for us, and he just did. Helped by some powers and stuff, of course, but yes, very satisfying. Good little combination we had going on. But great stuff. Let's just have a quick look at the rewards. And then we'll say goodbye. Wow, what have we got here? Killed 6 or more elites. Highlander. With a deck where no 2 cards are the same. Fab. Ka-ching, spent more than 1,000 gold at the merchant. One with over 200 money in the bank. Flawless, defeated a boss without losing HP. Was that last boss? Did we lose any HP just then? Oh no, we must have. Restless, won a run without ever resting. What a good little result that was. Great stuff. Okay. 7 epochs waiting to be revealed. The daily. So we have now unlocked the daily challenge that you can play once a day, which is kind of good, with some sort of randomized rules. Quite fun. Spireborn, this is the sort of ones you get for completing as Necrobinder. Potion of Doom, apply 33 Doom. Pot of Ghouls, add 2 souls to your hand. Bone Brew, summon 15, quite nice. Oh, Ascension's available, of course. Futility, the Necrobinder, what have we got here? Bone Flute, whenever Osti attacks, gain 2 block. Funerary Mask, at the start of each combat, add 3 souls into your draw pile, that's quite nice. Book Repair Knife, whenever a non-minion enemy dies to Doom, heal 3 HP. Interesting. The 12. Scourge, apply 13 Doom and draw 1 card. Oblivion, whenever you play a card this turn, apply 3 Doom to the enemy. Countdown, at the start of your turn, apply 6 Doom to a random enemy. Kind of interesting sounding stuff. Doom is quite fun to mess around with. I think people are... Generally, I've seen people online are a little bit down on it, but it's kind of fun, I think. You just have to play around how it works. Oh, Arobas. This is a new guy who comes up at the start of Chapter 2. He's got some very good stuff. I think he's the guy who can give you the upgraded replacements for your starter cards sometimes. So he's really good. Really good. Very nice. Hopefully we'll see him when we play through our next playthrough as the Defect. Blah, blah, blah. Did we unlock that? Oh no, we can now enter our own, we can customize our own runs and use seeds. And what's this one? Oh, some new colourless cards unlocked. Eternal Armour, gain 9 plating, pretty powerful. Jackpot is absolutely bananas. If we get offered this, we need to take it because it's just so fun. Deal 25 damage, add 3 random 0 cost colourless cards into your hand. Very cool. Is it colourless cards? I think it is. Like, it's very good anyway. And then we've got prep time at the start of your turn. Gain 4 vigor, so that's temporary strength to each attack. Very good if you've got a character with multi-hit attacks. But anyway, that is it, guys and girls. Thank you very much for hanging out as always. I will catch you real soon in the next one.